Going on, everybody? Welcome.
Thank you for being my favorite non-partisan streamer.
Hey, no problem, bro. You know I'm the best non-partisan partisan on this site. Someone left a bomb in the parking lot where I work today. That's a funny prank. Bro, coworkers can be funny as hell sometimes, man. What a fun day at work, though. Wow. Does anyone know about the Kamala is a girl allegations? I've heard that. So today is debate night on the stream. Did one of these years ago, 2020. Go live on YouTube? I did, bro. I'm live there now, don't worry. Did one of these years ago. Brought it back earlier this year for the Trump-Biden debate. Which you go back and watch, actually, and pretty early on in that reaction that I did, I call exactly what happened. I call literally exact. Also, turn on my camera. I'm a mess today, by the way. I haven't showered. I came back from the gym just now. So if I look sweaty and ugly, that's why. Biden needed some water. We did. I actually called it. I go, wow, he's doing so bad, he might just have to drop out. And then it happened. Joe Biden died. For those that haven't seen the news, he's dead now. Rest in peace, Joe. Probably the greatest president of our lifetime. God bless. It's not saying much, though. It's not saying much.
41 months.
It's not saying very much.
RFK.
1 month. Let's go RFK. Yeah, RFK would have been great, bro. That guy would have been great. Shame he died too.
7.
Is this the face of deadlock right here, bro?
Is that the face of deadlock?
See this smile, bro? The face of deadlock right there. Twitch hates you. I wasn't even notified, even though I watch almost every stream. Yeah, they're trying to suppress me lately because of my views. Is what it is.
Can you believe they planned the debate on the 11th of September Eve?
Dude, can you imagine if the debate was on 9/11? Like, they would have had to dedicate, like, a whole question to it. Like, what do you think about 9/11? Yeah, like, thank God it was the day before. If you like Connor Eats Pants, you'll love Connor Eats Pants Live. True. When's the debate? In 50 minutes. I just took 2 ibuprofen, by the way. So, should be fun. I already had a headache before I started going live, so... Yeah, I can't imagine it'll get any better.
I know you're all excited to see me on the debate stage.
Connor, I love how seriously you get taken on Twitter.
This debate and Trump
Oh my God,
doesn't
Joe.
stand a chance. Thank you, Ludwig. Sorry, I've been told I'm no longer the candidate.
Oh, no, Joe, you're not debating tonight, actually. You get to stay at home with Jill. You get to have some milk.
You should have had the Tiger King
And cookies. You look like you're from a Daily Booth post. What does that mean?
America.
Can we be buying the $700 PS5 Pro? Bro, I've barely... You know what sucks about the way I've been using X, the Everything app lately, is quite literally all I get is conservative media on there now. Like, I know you guys get a lot of it because that's just how the app is, but like, for me, I didn't even know they announced the PS5 Pro. I think I maybe saw one thing.
Damn, it's been
And I'm like a gamer, I didn't even know.
in this chat.
What does it do? Is there a video?
Turning on auto renew and going to Amish settlement.
I want to see the PS5 Pro. Fake
Cheers
gamer?
to
Bro, I mean, I
30
just didn't even... The PS5 has no games. Did they announce games? Oh my God. Voice Critical video says $700 for this is ridiculous. Whoa. 1-minute trailer. They have Astrobot. Oh. Wait, you can't see it. Hold on. They call it a pro, but it's not pro enough. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. I was gonna get one. Like, years ago when I bought a PS4, I was like, I should just wait for the PS5 Pro when I bought a PS5. And I should have, because... What did I even buy on this fucking thing? Spider-Man? Maybe? I bought Cyberpunk on it, and then they deleted the game. Concord. Oh, of course. I feel like pro consoles are just such a scam now, especially with like the last generation, with like Series X and Series S. Like, they're just like iterative. They...
If you play games that is kind of lame.
Why are you not in the corner? Sorry. The GPU is bigger. Oh, well, that's good news. High frame rate. Advanced ray tracing.
Grand Risings, Pro editions
That's
are
it?
merits.
Okay. Vertical stands sold separately. Okay, well, that's not very exciting, I guess. Your eyes can't even see past 30 FPS anyways. Why does this matter? Good point. You need glasses to see past 30. Chicken Man, thank you. Bobo, thank you, bro. Hope you're doing well. Yes, it's work. Funny Guy, Evogenics, Jackaroo, Pixie Paza, Pedro, Captain Doom 4s. Thank you, guys. There's no disc port on it? Wait, really? There's no disc drive? Are you dead ass? It doesn't have a disc drive for $700? That's insane, actually. It's an add-on for $80. That's actually wild. The iPhone 16 just removed the disc drive as well. Oh my god, the anti-disc agenda has begun, bro. They want to take away all your physical media. Even on iPhone, dude. Connor, I need to know your second least favorite color.
Hey Connor, I missed a few debates. Is Hillary still doing good?
No, Hillary died as well. Rest in peace. All of our politicians are dying and no one's asking any questions. Crazy. Crazy world we live in, bro. Dude, I have a fucking headache before this even starts. That is not a good sign. Because I was in preparation to get a headache later. I was preparing for it, and it's maybe I gave myself one. Oh my god. All right, what else we have like a couple minutes. You have like what, 30, 40 minutes before this starts? What do I need to react to? I didn't stream yesterday. Apologies. I was gonna stream Astrobot, but I got called in on a girl podcast. I might know it as Wine About It. The fans, you got your wish. Connor's on Wine About It soon. So tune in. It's gonna be viral, bro. Are you on Talk Tua? No, not on Talk Tua. Although I did see a clip from her show that I wanted to show you, because I was talking to Maya about this. Like, she kind of has sauce. Like we all expected Talk Tua to like collapse and not be like anything worth watching, but I don't know if she posted it on X. But let me see.
Makes you want to hump the couch a little bit.
Yeah, this clip, like, she's kind of funny. Like, in a way that you don't expect from, like, someone who just got given all this in, like, the course of, like, a month. Like, look at it. Like, she kind of had some jokes here.
Couch a little bit.
You speak for yourself.
I don't care for the girl that she's with, but, like, especially, like, her last bit here, I thought was pretty funny.
Wine kind of makes you want to hump the couch a little bit.
You speak for yourself.
It's crazy how I said 2 words and now I'm hearing it.
It's pretty wild.
Put like an emphasis on it, like, you know, like really give it.
I would be worried about your psychological state if you were like, yes, like here, I knew that would work.
I can be an asshole too. I got a pillow to sleep with every night. Whatever. I'm gonna grow it out and put
I
beads
was
in it.
dating creeps the longest time,
This
and I
part I
realized
don't
I
care
was
for.
baiting them by having a bald pussy and Botox.
All your,
And your
all your,
Pucci
all, all your bush hair will
Why did she say it like this? This was literally the one part. I saw this end part. I was like, wait, she might have sauce. Like, she might...
And Botox.
all your,
And your
all your,
Pucci
all your bush hair will
Wait, that was kind of funny. That was funny, dude. Hold on, Hawk Tua. Okay, all right. Maybe she's got potential. We'll see. She would kill on the yard. True. True. So would Connor Eats Pants. She reminds me of Alvin and the Chipmunks a bit. Can you elaborate on that? Elaborate, expand on that thought.
When is Hawk Tua the musical coming out?
When is Hawk 2 the musical coming out? That's a good question. Connor, we got you on Wine About It. When's Connor on the yard? Yeah, dude. Ask Nick, bro. Sub her in for the debate. Oh. I did see the Hawk 2 Halloween costume. This might have to be a go-to this year. The thing is, I don't really like the sexualization of it. That's the thing about me, is I'm a non-sexual Hawk Tua fan. I don't like how Hawk Tua is associated at its core with oral sex. I think that that's inappropriate, and it's not my vibe. It's like, I don't want to be wearing like a Hawk Tua shirt and people think that like I'm requesting oral sex from those around me. I think that that's inappropriate. You should make a bingo card for the debate. No, bingo's for old people and losers, actually. That also sounds like too much work. That's some Ludwig shit, bro. You know? We're a blue collar stream here. You know what we do? Not that. We keep it nice and simple here so that the everyman can enjoy the broadcast. You're gonna look like a twink in that shirt. Dude, speaking of me being a twink, I checked the TikTok for like the first time in like a couple days today. I didn't realize that this clip of me discussing like me as like twink status is like doing better than like the Joe Exotic ones. The comments are fucking... Yeah, the comments were Pain's champ, bro. Literally. The comments made me just want to delete the whole thing. Put the Hawk Tua fries in the demure bag, bro. See what I mean?
About it, Fortnite's peak was during Trump's presidency. Since he's been out of office, Fortnite has fallen.
Look at this.
We need Trump to save Fortnite
and
make Fortnite great again.
Good one, dude. Taco Cats Ranch, thank you. Sorry, Kamala, but I'm still riding with Biden. No, me too. I'm voting for Joe Biden. I think he can still win. This is what I saw. Look. This was the TikTok. A funny TikTok, you know. Connor Eats Pants is fun. What is that? Is that like shit with like more than one person? I'd probably like die before I did that. I'd get way too jealous and anxious. I'd be like, you like the twink better than me, babe. What's the deal? Good one, Connor. Twink? I'm not a twink. There's no way that I qualify for twink status. There's just no way. Anybody who says that, I think is a straight white guy who just doesn't get it. Because you ask the gays in this chat, they won't agree. A bear with literally... That was a wild message. Imagery, man. Thank you for that. That was unnecessary. I'm playing against doesn't realize I'm being sexualized actively while during our Bro game. Thinks he's Flight Reacts. Chill, I'm not Flight Reacts. Won $500 on sports betting. Gambling life is real. Romney 2024. Interesting message. Thank you for the bits, bro. Silly Kitty, thank you. Look at all these comments, bro. Like people are like debating like what kind of like gay like archetype I am, and I don't like that at all. Actually, like I don't like this at all. Look at this, bro. Like look at this. They're like, I think Cub fits him more. Otter is more him. Kill yourselves in game. In game. Don't say that about somebody who doesn't want to be sexualized online. Okay. Can you do this on stream next? Why is everyone +2ing? Don't say whoa, dude. Listen, I would say the same for people that say the same about women online, okay?
Hello, Connor,
it's weird. It's weird. It's very strange, okay? It's like, it's very strange. It's like, it's so easy to not. How big is your dick? Really big, bro. You were like if JD Vance had a gay son. I'm not gay. I just like, you know, I'm expressive and comfortable with my sexuality to the point that I can listen to 2000s pop music and not give a shit about it. All right? I might be more masculine than your faves, bro. Girls Night League was a goated stream. I'm saying, dude. If you were a Republican, you would be gay?
Can you drink during debate
probably.
Like last the one?
Can you get James Franco on the show? No. Isn't he canceled? Best Kanye album, Graduation, maybe? It always moves. It's tough to pick. But I'm turning the slide up. Ugh. Wouldn't have missed Girls' Night for the world. It's not Girls' Night. Well, it is actually. It's Kamala's night. It's her turn. After thinking it over the past couple of weeks, I determined that I think maybe a woman can be president. Maybe. There's a chance. I'm coming around on it. I'm coming around, guys. I wanted to show you this clip, too, because I just thought this shit was sad. It's kind of like streamer drama, but I thought this shit was insane. Like, I have not seen, like, I want people to educate me on this, because I don't know if, like, I'm missing something here. Like I've kept seeing this like Jynxzi kid like continually like break up and then get back together with this girl who's like I guess an OnlyFans model or something. I don't know the full context, but I always would see like his like posts like very like affectionate towards her, very like affectionate to the point that it kind of came off like he liked her more than she liked him. But this was insane. Like I saw this posted yesterday and I was like, this is wild.
Like that, but like, you know, there was a
Like, I guess the girl posted on Instagram that they had broken up again and was like, ask him what happened. And then he goes live and does this.
Like, a couple instances where I was like stalking other people on social media, like other girls.
People got to keep stuff to themselves. Bro, you could put a gun to my head. You couldn't get this out of me, bro.
Because I don't want to hurt somebody that cares about me. And I think if I we're just being completely honest with you guys, I think watching like porn and stuff like that is a very unhealthy addiction.
I think this isn't the clip I saw. I saw a clip where he's like, I don't know if I can say this on Twitch. He doesn't know if he can say porn, which like is not, I've never watched a Jynxzi stream, but I didn't realize that he was like family friendly like that.
I didn't even realize.
Wait, can we not say porn on Twitch?
Before, but I had no idea the damage that could do to someone. So the advice that I would give you guys is to never if you care about, like if you're in a relationship and you care about the girl that you're in a relationship with, just don't watch videos like that because it hurts them more than you could like know.
So I agree that like if you're in a relationship, you know, you probably don't need to be watching pornography. And even if you're not, I think there's a good argument for not watching pornography. You know, I'm not going to be the one to lecture you, but I would say, yeah, you know, you maybe don't need that. However, this situation seemed wild to me that this guy needed to go live and say all this because like his girlfriend is like, okay, hold on. Before I explain this, I'm not saying that if you have an OnlyFans model girlfriend that it like, you can't like, let me clarify. I'm not trying to say that like, that makes it okay. However, it's very obvious judging by this girl's like presence online that like, she kind of like likes fucking with this guy. Like she's kind of like playing with him like a toy. And I feel bad for him because I think this is like his first relationship. And he doesn't know how to handle it, which is super sad and very manipulative that she's using him like this. So it's kind of weird to me. I don't know. Has anybody had that clip with a girl talking about it? I tried to like before the stream, like look up the girl in the search bar to like find like her video where she said something and it was just all pornography. So I don't want to do that live on the air. So if anybody has the link to her thing, let's be careful here. We don't follow this stuff, dude. Maybe my timeline's just cooked, bro. It really could be. So I'm not allowed to goon in a relationship. I mean, I think that, you know, it's up to you, bro.
To get in the right mindset.
Play a round of League before the debate to get in the right mindset. Dude, that'd be bad. Hello, did the debate happen yet? No. He's dated other people before, too. He is, like, cooked in drama. Like, why do you go live and say this? Like, hello to all my viewers. Don't jerk off in a relationship or else your hot babe girlfriend will break up with you. Like, all right, lesson learned, bro. Thanks for the advice. Go play Rainbow, please. He forced his hand. Wait, how do you even spell her name? I'm gonna look her up, but I don't want to, like, show you porn. Why you being mean? Brecky? Wait, that's not a name, right? Like, that's a fake name? Wait, what is this?
I just wanted to come on here because it's something that's been on my mind for a while.
I'm scared that, like,
something I want to get off my chest
might show up on the screen.
I take a little bit of a break from the internet. I have decided to stop OnlyFans. It's something that I definitely should have stopped the second I got into a relationship.
Okay. Reaction there. Wait, what'd you link? What is this? What'd you link me? Oh my god, look what I found. Why are we watching this? Because the debate starts in 30 minutes, bro.
It's a new video out from...
Therapist reacts to Jynxzi and Brecky Hill breakup. Oh my, you're a hero, bro. Thank you for giving us 10 times better content than me looking through x.com for this shit. Hell yeah. Not even 1,000 views on this bitch yet.
Jynxzi, where he's talking about his relationship with Brecky Hill. And obviously I was introduced to Jynxzi through the sketch videos that we did. Jynxzi and Sketch, very good friends. And Jynxzi, from what I had seen, at least on TikTok and things, was in a relationship
this guy
with
hangs
Brecky
out with
Hill.
Drewski?
I think they were on again, off again.
Look at his photos in the
several
back.
Starts and stops. I don't know the inner scoop to the entire relationship, but I think here he's about to talk about it for real, because I saw a video yesterday myself, just scrolling through TikTok, where Brecky Hill said, I'm
I
single.
don't think that's Drewski, dude.
And this isn't like clickbait or this isn't like
I might be
fake.
incorrect.
This is for real. I didn't hear anything she said about it. I just heard her say,
We just
"I'm
found the
single," and I
coolest
kinda
guy
scrolled
on
past. But
YouTube.
now this ties to this. And now Jynxzi, sweet guy, seems like a nice guy. Like, really. But it's so hard being in the
seems-
limelight. Let's check it. A mental health professional watching Jynxzi. Here we go. Without further ado. All right, Jynxzi, tell me about the relationship.
I don't plan on streaming long, because like it's just not like a.
I changed my mind. I don't think it's
good
Drewski
type
either.
of
No, I
vibe
saw this
to
one
stream
first.
For,
I saw the beard.
like to stream like when you're talking about like serious things, obviously,
Hmm.
and God, where do I even begin? So,
Is he breathing into the mic? Come on, man. Be a professional.
yeah. So that's like I didn't
It's one of those things with people in general. It's hard enough when you're online and you're recorded, but it's one of those things with people when you're really uncomfortable.
Holy shit, we got like
It's
2K across all
very
platforms. Thanks, guys. Big night.
common for
Big night
people
ahead.
to hesitate,
Remember to follow
pause,
the channel, get some subs.
to stutter,
the sub
to
train
try
flowing.
to start over again because they don't want to get to the point of actually why they're saying something here. And so whenever
This
we're
is,
super
by the
nervous-
way, why I've been doing more political commentary lately. Actually, let me clarify that because I actually been felt the need to like explain this to a couple of people lately, like just in real life. Like I feel like I've been more open about like talking and joking about political stuff, primarily because it's an election year, and also because I think that the very minuscule way in which I can contribute to the world, with the way the world is right now, is I like to. And I also think comedy itself these days is inherently political, where I don't say I'm not a comedian, but I think my stream is primarily humor focused. I try to make you laugh, and I think that kind of politics and like the world itself in general is kind of inseparable from the political landscape that we live in right now. I mean, you can just look at like Joe Rogan's like recent comedy special, and it's like the worst you've ever seen because he's just like, "What's the deal with the trans people? What? What are you doing?" It's like shit like that. It's just like not funny. It's just not funny at all. So like I don't get like, I don't know. The point I'm trying to make is that almost feel like for me to be funny at this point in time, I have to be politically not active but aware. And hardcore centrist is the best way to put it. At the end of the day, it's all about hearing from both sides. It's like I'm the Lex Fridman of Twitch, bro. What it's all about. We're having a conversation, having a conversation. Also, Benjamin Netanyahu, hold on. I'm not going to say anything about that with the face cam on, actually.
Many times we just kind of don't want to get to the point.
really like want to talk about it yesterday.
It's hard.
I didn't want to, because like when we're playing a tournament, and it's like I don't want to like have the vibe be weird for you guys or my team or whatever. Because obviously people take those tournaments like seriously on Sundays. So like I understand that, but I wanted to do it today.
I missed 2020 to 2022, Connor. Just a gamer with no politics. True, bro.
There's just a lot that's been going on, and there's a lot that I like want to talk about. So like first off, the first thing I wanted to say is like you guys like I gotta like get my move this fucking. I have like a,
what was he listening to? This is like a Soulja Boy album cover.
Is, like, obviously, like when your relationship is.
Does he listen to Spotify through his Xbox on stream?
It's like a different type of relationship because basically everything is under like this magnifying glass of
like through his Xbox.
Millions of people, and
that's sick.
Like obviously, millions of people are gonna have like their.
He streams just from the Xbox. That's
people
so
that they've
sick.
Never, like met or spoken to, or
that's aura.
That's just like how the internet is. People like love that stuff. They like enjoy the fact that you can like talk to
people,
talk shit about someone, and there's like no, repercussion.
What the fuck is this reaction,
like
man?
Why the internet is like as fucked as it is, and yeah.
He needs to put like a gate on his mic.
I want to give you guys like the full story.
This sub is dedicated for the money pot for your PS5
I'm just gonna be like honest of everything that's happened.
Like the whole like undertone of this is that like he like part of him thinks that like he could almost like get her back if like he admits to his wrongdoing in front of like 100,000 people. Like that's kind of the vibe that I got from like him even doing this at all. Does anybody else like feel that? Like it's like a desperate like it's like, dude, like you gotta move like this. I don't think the situation is good for you, bro.
Happened. So
Best way.
so like at first we were
I wonder where he is. I also wonder with a lot of these personalities, these social media influencer personalities like this.
Yeah.
I know therapy gets a stigma sometimes of not being good or not being helpful, or I don't know, just a negative stereotype. There's
Vice
so much
presidential
good
debate at
therapy
9
out
p.m.
there if you
anyways.
find
Good
the right
question,
person,
chatter,
but
so
I
that
really
everybody
wonder-
on all
it's almost
sides of
like
the
an
U.S.
insurance
could
policy
potentially
for
be home to
artists,
watch it.
musicians, people in movies.
Because on the West
social
Coast,
media
it would be at 6
influencers,
p.m., an hour
to
after
have
the
a
workday.
therapist that's on call, to have a person that's with them that knows them, that can call them on their BS, that can support them through the struggles.
Okay, you're not... Talk about the funny shit, bro. This is only part 1.
That can steer them and give them feedback on what might be
I have an
helpful
idea.
for them, that they're not their friend, they're not their groupie, they're not their family. I really wonder how many social media influencers have therapists, good therapists, that they feel like
Connor,
really
he's
help
pouring
them
his
sort
heart out.
their
Why are you
thoughts and
trying not
feelings
to laugh,
before just
bruh?
popping on and going online like this and talking about their life? Because I would want him to be prepared for what he's going to say, not in terms of a speech, but just to really be grounded in who he is.
I
and to
honestly
not
thought
just pop
Jynxzi
online
was
and say
Connor
stuff
when I joined.
because of all the backlash.
No,
that can
Connor
come. You
Eats
can start
Pants
saying
has
things that
been
maybe you didn't
working
wanna say,
out.
wanted to word a different way. Therapy
Has a
really
new
can help with that,
haircut.
y'all. In relationships and jobs,
Kindly answer
in life and family,
questions for
Blue
my
eyes.
sort out your feelings and your
view
thoughts
on
and try to
this
figure out how to
debate.
communicate with people. It can be a helpful way with somebody who is supportive of you, but
They've
also
broken up
confronts
4
the things you
times
need to
now.
hear and is not tied to you personally.
Honestly, if you break up 4 times, I think you're meant to be
Didn't have
together.
any like intention of like dating each other. Like obviously, I thought she was like beautiful, but like I didn't. There wasn't like a I also thought like there was no chance in hell that she would ever want to like talk to me or speak to me. So like when we were just doing those streams, like it was just like, oh, we're doing like funny streams, whatever. There was no plan of it turning into like a relationship at all. And
Of course.
I remember like we kind of started like talking to each other like off camera and off stream and like got to know each other and like really had like a good chemistry and a good bond and like like she makes me laugh, I make her laugh, and like it's
You were covering the...
we
Oh,
had a
I'm
really
sorry.
good bond and chemistry with like everything.
Good
So
friends.
It was like a really beautiful thing off camera, like just the
Jynxzi's watching the therapist react like, no, more than friends. No, we made that... No, we
vibe
were...
and the connection we got because like as you guys know, like you guys know me, I was like I had never been in a relationship before.
I have been
And I'm
chronically
20.
offline in
I
recent
had,
times.
See,
so
I was
he
right. The chatter that said he dated other people before, I was right. He's never dated before.
Talked to like girls before, and like I've definitely like talked to people before, but like I never had like a serious long-term relationship like this. So like
It's a lot to take on.
How old is Jynxzi? You might know.
Hell yeah, I brought Connor reaction back.
3, 41, 23, 22, 23. He's 22, he just said. Okay.
a lot of it was like
Overwhelming.
I learned right away in the relationship. I learned immediately that I like was not ready for a relationship.
First catch, OnlyFans girl,
like,
whole
I always,
relationship
just
live
kind of,
stream
in a way, like,
tragic.
sabotage things.
I mean,
I kind of want people
yeah,
to hear this part here.
but
pretty clearly, because he's being honest about.
I wouldn't
it
say
in
it's
his
'cause
age
she's an
to whether he's
OnlyFans
ready for
girl
a relationship or
necessarily.
not, and knowing that if you're not ready for a relationship, it's not time to get in a relationship. You can go on dates, you can spend time with people, you can be interested in people, you can talk to people, you can be friends with people, but to really understand if I'm going to get in a relationship, the level of commitment it takes, the level of communication it takes, the level of trust it takes, the level of loyalty that it takes. There's a whole lot of things that go in a relationship, and we kind of just cast it off like whatever. But when you get into your 20s and you're starting to have relationships, that's different than your teens, and especially as you get to your mid to late 20s.
What is the guy on
then
right
it
now?
gets more serious.
What does
And there
he
are people
know,
typically that are
bro?
looking for something more serious, and if your level of maturity is not there where you're ready for a relationship, you're going to be dating like you're a teenager, and these bad things are going to happen. And so he's pointing out a really good.
This guy had
area
like
of
10
growth for people.
wives.
Are you ready for a relationship, and in what ways are you not ready that you need to grow in and get better
Really?
and stronger in?
Just because like my brain didn't even know what else to, I guess, really do. Because like obviously like falling in love is like a very. It's a very,
I
like,
think it's
powerful
fair
thing,
to
but it's also
say
very,
that
like,
an
scary, like, if
OnlyFans
you're not
career while in your
ready,
first
it's not
relationship
fun.
makes things
But
harder.
I wanted to, like,
I will
be
agree
ready
with that
and,
take.
I really like.
I will agree
felt
with
like
that
this
take that
felt
is
like the role, like, I
perhaps
wanted to find
maybe
a
not the
job.
most ideal
Because, like, I had
scenario
never
for a
tried
young
to
man
go
in
to
his
school,
first
like, in high
relationship.
school and, even
That
after
perhaps
that,
the
like,
insecurities
and then,
that
like,
lie in a relationship are a bit more
I found a
heightened
girl
in
I wanted
that
to try with, but I realized
in that
right away
environment.
I wasn't ready for not that I wasn't ready for a relationship, but like I was not on the level that she was on, if that makes sense. Like the like little things, like I remember. So also that's another thing. Everybody thinks like we farm like breakups or something. Like we don't really do that.
What did I tune into? This is the presidential debate.
The first reason why we broke up was because I literally told her, like I told her on the phone, like I said, I don't care as much as you care, and that like broke her heart because she cares about me. And
Holy shit. Holy shit. Damn. Cooked. On the phone, bro. I don't care as much as you care. Hang up. Play Rainbow Six Siege.
It also, like, you know, broke my heart to see that a girl that I like a girl that actually does like love me unconditionally, like I was able to you know.
That's not true. It is conditional. She doesn't love you because you watch porn or
like
something.
Her, knowing that like a girl loves you unconditionally and then you hurt them, it's like makes you feel like shit. And the first thing I want to say is like, because cheating is a very like wide thing. Like cheating is a lot of different things. I never slept with another girl. I never kissed another girl. None of that. Like, I didn't do that. I know.
No fun.
Jumped to that conclusion. She didn't say that.
He keeps grabbing this drink and then not drinking it, but putting it back over and over again. That's part of the anxiety. That's part of the stress. This is like, man,
oh, come on. I wasn't going to talk about it, Doc. You didn't have to do that.
When you're sitting on here and you're just talking about your life in the open and you don't know who's looking at you. It's just a bunch of people staring at you and watching you.
He's doing like this. Is he going to talk about this move?
And I always say with cheating,
come on,
cheat,
Doc.
break up with the person. Before you're going to cheat on somebody, break up with them. Then it's not cheating.
True.
Please hear that. Before you're going to break up with someone. I'm sorry. Let me say this again clearly. Before you're going to cheat on someone, break up with them. Put that on a shirt.
All right.
Before
Good advice, Doc.
Someone, break up with them because it only toxifies the other person in their life and you as well. It starts a pattern.
Wait, what did this guy say? Connor, I've been seeing a lot of streams. Hope you remember them. I got diagnosed with Alzheimer's. With these streams seem to remember little to nothing, but I'll try to remember you. Oh, dude. You haven't watched the stream in a minute, but I'm sorry to hear that. I assume you're young. Can you even get Alzheimer's that early in your life? If not, if you're older and you were enjoying the stream, well. Oh, it's over. What the fuck? Are we curing that soon? Therapist reacts to Juice World. Dude, this guy reacts to... You were right. This motherfucker reacts to anything, bro.
And if that's true, you'll just have to taste me when he's kissing you.
Oh my god, he loves it.
I didn't know it was gonna go here.
I didn't know the girls were gonna kiss.
Sabrina Carpenter and Jenna Ortega would be making out in this video, but it happened.
Hell yeah, brother. It's awesome. He's up. He's got like a hype beast intro too.
I think there's a new album from Sabrina Carpenter and a new video today called Taste.
You got a collab.
I can't wait to see what this has got. It's gotta have something to do with a relationship or life issue, right? Mental health matters. Let's find some in this. Without further ado,
I've got a new hot take that mental health doesn't matter. This is something I thought of. Like, fuck it, we ball. Move on.
Oh, what does a therapist say about Sabrina Carpenter and Taste? We're
Just some new mantra I came up with.
Oh, man. Straight off the bat, parental advisory and viewer warning. The following video contains explicit content.
All right, I don't actually... I just like this intro. I don't need to say anymore. You just have to taste in you. God, she puts crack in the songs, bro. She puts crack in the songs. It ain't fair. I gotta set up the PS5 tomorrow for Astrobot. Wait, I just gotta recommend a video called The Top 10 Best Acting Performances of All Time. I just accidentally opened the description and saw the spoiler. Spoiled the best acting performances of all time. I don't know what is the bar for this. Dallas Buyers Club, Matthew McConaughey. Great performance, agreed.
Say it.
Whiplash, J.K. Simmons.
The whole band can hear you.
Okay.
I'm upset.
Louder!
I'm upset.
Louder!
I'm upset.
You are a worthless, friendless, faggot-lipped little piece of shit whose mommy left daddy when she figured out he wasn't
Not the first time that word has appeared on the stream in the past 7 days.
And slobbering all over my drum set like a fucking
Not from me,
girl.
clarified.
So for the final father-fucking time, say it louder!
I'm upset.
It was an RFK voter in my deadlock lobby.
Hey, take it easy. That's the father. Hey, take it easy.
What the fuck is the point of this video?
Get finished with you.
Oh, Denzel.
Shoot program, nigga. 23-hour lockdown. I'm the man up in this piece. You'll never see the light of who the fuck you think you fucking with. I'm the police. I run shit here.
Tell him.
You just live here.
Now you come to me and you say, I'm Corleone and give me justice.
When I first saw The Godfather, I couldn't take him seriously because I'd seen his like performance meme too many times.
You don't offer friendship. You don't even think to call me Godfather. You said you'd come into my house.
Sydney Sweeney should be on this list. For what performance? Holy shit, the music. Heath Ledger's Joker. What is this, #1? Oh, #2. Daniel Day-Lewis gets #1.
I've abandoned my boy! Beg for the blood!
Daniel Day-Lewis is crazy, bro. That dude's a good actor. I'll just say it. That guy's good at what he does, bro. Imagine ignoring after 20 allegations and then going on your barber's TikTok. What is this? I know that ain't who I think it is. These barbers getting out of hand. He just let it happen. Is that LTG, bro? Is that the low tier guy? Wait, what do you mean he's ignoring the allegations? Hasn't he been doing that for like the past like 5 years? It's not news that he's ignoring allegations, is it? He looks clean, bro. He's ignoring new ones. There's new ones? No, bro. That happened to Deshaun Watson this week, too. I saw that he has new allegations. I was like, come on, Deshaun.
3 years.
How are there more, bro? How do you get like 30 accusers and then it stops for a couple years and then there's new ones? How does that happen, bro? When are you gonna get a fresh as fuck fade? Bro, did you see my cut? Dude, I have a fresh fade, bro. Look. My cut, bro. Oh, I have a fucking headache. I'm looking through Twitter. Hold on. I don't know why my account isn't on here. Connor, when is the wife reveal? She streams on Kick. You don't know her. She goes to a different platform. Connor's gone woke. You just lost a sub. Understandable. Oh yeah, Kendrick's performing the halftime show. That'll be good. That'll be fun. Drake, I'm sure, will have a good time. Oh my god, new dream video. Minecraft speedrunner versus Titan. Like from Titanfall?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, let's go back.
What happened? The Tennessee Titans?
Who?
Whoa.
My last video, I added humans to Minecraft, but in the process, we realized
Wait,
we
why
could
doesn't the
make an
title say
unstoppable
Minecraft
Titan.
Manhunt
This
2?
Titan is a friend and creator in real life wearing a Titan suit to remain anonymous. When they take enough damage,
It was me. Yep, there's the cameo, guys. I'm in the dream video. I'm back. We built the bridge. There's me in the dream video.
they get shocked in real life. And to move in game, they have to move in real life. They've been tasked with one job: kill me before I can beat the game. And I have one
It's a
goal,
Titan, bro.
the
You
same
ain't that
as
tall.
always, to escape to the end and beat Minecraft before the Titan kills us all. This is Minecraft Manhunt 2 Titan Takedown.
I'll put it in my watch later, man. Why are we watching Dream? I'm at my wit's end. Yeah, I want to go watch the pre-debate prep from oh, Steven Crowder's live.
Was that seedless?
They spent a lot of time.
Seedless? I got one of the eye. That's no joke.
Wait, can I talk now in the chat?
Let's get to
oh,
by the way, the
disabled
polls here that
chat.
have changed. And here's
Wait,
something
maybe
that
it was
very
Daily
interesting. We'll get to our
Wire that I
debate,
subbed to.
Strategy.
Wait, is Daily
really
Wire
quickly,
live?
or at least the keys to victory. No, Josh.
Hold on. Daily Wire is live. Can I type?
Happens where the culture war. This is a a theater of the culture war, literally. Then you have to support it, and people have been. So.
I hate to compliment you publicly. It pains me a lot. I went in. I had not seen one frame of this movie that had not been released publicly. I had heard a little bit.
Big
about
fan.
it.
I hope
So I'm
both
going in
candidates
totally
do
fresh.
good.
And there were many moments where I was laughing, and it was.
Look at how
there
cool
was some
these guys
amazing
are,
stuff
bro.
throughout the whole movie. There were.
They got like
I would say,
cigars and
2 or
shit.
3 moments where I was obnoxiously laughing. And there was one moment, I'm not even going to say what scene it was in, where I was wheezing in the theater.
Wow,
in a
this
way
chatter.
that
I'm
humiliated me.
anti-sending money to any country
But
for war. The
and
money should
at that
stay in
moment,
America.
Just as I
God
was
bless
about to hack up
America.
a lung, you turned the scene in such a way that it actually got devastating.
Make
and
love, not
scary.
war.
It is. I went in very bullish on the movie.
AmIRacist.com.
It is even better than I expected.
Yeah.
In fact, I do think people should support the film. I think that it's important to support conservative efforts in culture. And I think that that language that you should support the film is important because it's motivating to people in a
Just
culture
bought
war.
tickets for
But you don't
Am I
actually have to
Racist for
support
my
the
wife
film.
and her
You want to
boyfriend,
see
smiley
the film.
face.
The film is
Yo,
unbelievable.
Connor, you're awesome, bro. Why are you on Daily Wire?
It's exactly
Wait, the
what
chat room
conservatives
sees me.
Not only say that they want, but actually want.
Press one if you love Trump
the stuff that he
or
does, the stuff
are
this guy does in the
gay.
movie is like so insane.
Come on, guys, get some ones in the chat.
It is. It's an amazing thing. I mean, I consider myself somewhat of a sadist, but Matt is like at a different
he a
level.
sadist?
I mean, the fact that he'll sit there and just unpeel layers of uncomfortable.
Orthodox Christians. They got no mods in the chat.
Discomfort, and it turns out that there's like several more
No
layers.
mods.
And Matt will just sit
Try
there,
hard.
you know, and allow it to play out. It's just like that's an amazing.
This is absolutely true. I have a friend. I think it's fair to say friend, who is a clinical
Orthodox
psychologist.
Christians for Trump.
Have I met him? You've met him once or twice. He sometimes wears eccentric Christian iconography on custom-made suits.
Yeah.
And occasionally I go to him to ask for his opinion about someone. And I did go to him.
Imagine how it smells in there.
This is absolutely true.
First day of university tomorrow, bro. You're getting
And
there. Getting old, huh?
I said to Dr. Peters, I said, I don't know your business. I said,
Wait, is Jordan Peterson there?
Textbook definition of sociopath. I said, but I know that if I go up into Matt Walsh's face and yawn, he almost certainly will not use that.
God, this guy's such a loser, bro.
This is a man with
Something about his beard seems fake too. Like, is it like some like growth hormone that he takes? Like, something about it just doesn't seem like right. I don't know what it is. Like, am I incorrect on that? Like a Keemstar type beard, yeah.
Discomfort. He feels no pressure in the room from their discomfort, and that's a gift.
Wow.
Dr. Peterson's compliment.
There you go.
I think he's wrong. I mean, I've always thought the guy was a kook.
Rudy in chat.
That's a fancy way of calling me a sociopath.
No, Ted Bundy also felt very.
But you know, the truth
Get
is,
Connor on the Daily Wire.
I am really
Rudy's in the
uncomfortable
chat.
those situations, but you have to, and that's why a lot of times I get the question.
Oh my God, you guys stop spamming. You're gonna get us banned from the Daily Wire chat room.
Laughing when you're in the room. It's actually very easy to not laugh when you're actually in the room with
Connor, I
these
would
people,
subscribe to you, but
because
after the Tiger King
they're
destroyed your
truly
journalistic
evil,
integrity, I
despicable
can't support you anymore.
people, and these are really
It's fair.
unpleasant situations.
Respect
and what
that.
they're doing is really terrible. So afterwards, we put it together in a way where it makes a great comedy. But when you're in it, it's like you're in the midst of this really awful.
And I always think of that Joe Rogan clip with this motherfucker where like he
AmIRacist.com
talks
right
about
now
like
if you
how
haven't already bought
trans kids are like taking over the world or something for like an hour. And then Joe's like, wait, it says on here right here that like only like 4,000 kids in the past 10 years have like transitioned. Like what do you think about those numbers? And Matt's like, oh, well, it's probably undercounting. And Joe's like, but you said it was like 100,000 plus. And he's like, it probably is. Probably. Oops. That's not who I want. I want to go to Steven Crowder's stream and see if he talks about his ex-wife.
One, implementing my plan for what I call an opportunity economy. I've already laid out a number of proposals in that regard, which include what we're going to do to bring down the cost of everyday goods. Let's be clear, my values have not changed.
The chat is
I believe it is
spamming Connor
very
for
important
Trump,
that we
U.S.
take seriously what
Steven
we
Crowder
must
without
do
beard?
to guard against what is a clear
This is Matt Walsh
crisis
without the
in
beard.
terms of
Oh my
the climate.
God.
2019, I believe,
What the
at a
fuck?
town hall, you said you were asked, would you commit to implementing a federal ban on fracking
Ew.
in your first day in office? And you said, there's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So yes. So it changed.
This is why I
in
think
the-
it's so
in that
risky to be a
campaign?
beard guy, bro.
In
It really
2020,
is.
I made very clear where I stand. We are in
It's feast or
2024,
famine,
and I've
truly.
not
Because
changed
like
that
once you go
position,
no
nor will I
beard
going
after having
forward.
beard,
Dan,
like
I
it's just
think
like
the most
You're a
important
different
and
guy.
most significant aspect of my policy
Okay, cut it. We get it. She sucks. So
Mo Yoho, thanks
this
for the
is why
sub.
Donald Trump, when asked about his strategy, and we'll get into their debate prep. His
This is
answer,
dad.
looking at the
Holy
polls,
shit,
was
he looks
really
more and
simple.
more divorced dad like every time I see him. Do you see Steven Crowder?
How
she debates and probably every name in the
Holy
book,
shit.
every name in the book she
Trump
can
said
call
that
you
people
and,
are going to schools one day and coming back transitioned. As a person who had that happen, it's true. All people who
Oh, you
transition
transitioned
will
at the
one day in
school?
Please
I've heard about
raise
that.
your hand. It's so widespread.
That's it. You've all seen it.
Everybody's so old.
Those that say that Biden is smarter than she is, okay? And if that's the case, we have a problem. By the way, I will
These guys aren't even entertaining, bro. They're so boring.
There are lots of people who.
So fucking boring, bro. Where's like the official stream? I saw that like all of like my conservative feed on Twitter today was like all these guys like posting AI generated images of like Trump with like cats or something, claiming that like Haitian migrants are like eating animals. It's like absurdly racist and apparently like not even remotely true. There's not even like one case of this that's actually accurate. It's just insane. But it's like so many of them are posting it. It's like wild. It's so insane.
Clinton was smart.
I'm glad this debate's on ABC News, a true centrist news platform.
Well, certainly he's not saying that publicly in any way. And I can tell you that in 2016, he would regularly say during the many debate prep sessions that we had with him,
big
that
cameo.
Hillary Clinton was smart, that she was a good debater, that she was not to be taken lightly. And I don't think there's ever a moment in 2016 where he took her lightly. I do think he took Joe Biden lightly in 2020. And clearly during the prep sessions that I had with him.
Can we get Rudy on? Bro, I've been trying to get
difficult
Rudy on
to
Fortnite
get
Friday,
him to
bro. It's not a
focus,
lack of trying.
On what Joe Biden might or might not do.
I got a
in
camera
that
button
first
now.
debate, and I think his performance
Fixing
in
my
part
stream
reflected
deck.
that. So the question's going to be, is what he's saying publicly what he really believes? We know that often with Donald Trump, that's performance. But I will tell you that in his 2016 prep, he was serious about getting ready for Hillary Clinton. In his 2020 debate prep, he was completely unserious about getting ready for Joe Biden. I think performances in both those debates reflected
Trump
that
literally has
approach.
plot armor.
All right,
Kinda
Chris
does.
Christie, you'll be watching with us.
It's just such a crazy world we live in, bro. Like he tried to overturn the election, man.
Donna Brazil, formerly of the DNC, and Reince
He tried to
Priebus,
overthrow the government.
RNC, welcome to both of you. And Donna, let's start with you. You have said that Kamala Harris has to own the
Okay,
future,
and
but she also has to own the past. So how
Andy's
does
a
she do
felon.
this?
Well, that part was kind of funny.
Quite easy.
I mean, I think the
Because I do
president should
believe
be
that
able
in
to pay
talking
hush
about
money
the
to a
future,
porn
you
star.
draw from your
For the record.
past. You draw from your past experiences. She draws from how she was raised, the values that was instilled in her as a young
Maybe that's why
lady.
Jynxzi
Look,
had to
she
go
is
live.
steady on her feet,
He couldn't
still in
afford
her
hush money.
resolve, and tonight she should talk to the American people. Sit
Boom
in
or
their
doom on
living
that one,
rooms,
guys.
go to their kitchen table and say, look, I have some ideas that I want to share with you. There's so much that we have done together over the last 4 years, but here's what I think we can do together over the next 4 years. Be positive in her approach and really remind the American people that we don't
Bro,
go back
America
to
is
the
a drug
chaos, the
problem.
confusion, the disaster that made, of course, the American people
You
go
know?
out in droves in
Okay, Blue,
2020
thank you.
to fire the former president. Say, I want to be a president that lead all Americans. I want to keep us strong and secure, and here's the plan that I want to share with you tonight. And Donna, I of course meant
They should just like end the U.S. and just see what happens. Like just be like the United States is over. All federal government is gone. Have fun for like a day.
You know, Martha, they made mistakes.
Fusion
Donald
Peak,
Trump
thank
and
you. Like
Mr.
it's still your
Pence made
state
mistakes,
government,
but you know what?
but
If
now
we
all the
focus on our
states can like
mistakes, we
invade
won't
each other
focus
with
on
private
all the good things
militias.
that we could do together as Americans. I do believe there's
I'd actually go to
something
war
say
for
about
that. Like if I
people
still
who
lived in Georgia, like I'd be down to like take over Alabama and Mississippi. I think. Like I don't like those places, and I want the land.
$1,000, $35. There's so much good that she can talk about from the visits that she's made to small towns across this country, large cities across the country. Bring us together. The American people want to be led into the future, not dragged back to another era.
Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
You also prepped Donald Trump for debates back in
Who knows it?
2016, I believe. What Donald Trump do you think we'll see tonight? Can he be disciplined about talking about policies?
I should
and what
tweet
kind
that
of
I'm live
president he
watching
will
this.
Well, he certainly can be. I mean, the reality is Donald Trump doesn't have a lot to lose tonight. I mean, his support has always been almost unmovable. So
they're too scared to invite Vern. I don't know who that
is.
is.
Over for Kamala Harris, and you all kind of touched on it with Donna. Kamala Harris has to answer for the state of the economy that she took a role in the Biden administration.
Am I stupid for this? Like,
her past
isn't the vice president like historically, besides like Dick Cheney, like literally a nothing job?
Her role was in Afghanistan, so really,
like
the spotlight.
Like literally, your job is to like do nothing and just like be. Your job is to stay alive, so that then if the president dies, you can be the president.
And she's got a lot to answer for tonight. And I think that's where Donald Trump's focus will be and where it actually should be tonight.
Well, one of the things he wants to do is have
they go to school
female
assemblies.
Voters look at him. How does he attract female voters after saying things about Kamala Harris? And we'll see how he pronounces that tonight. Things he said about Kamala Harris, that she's dumb as a rock.
Wait, women can vote this year?
That's not really going to attract female voters, is it?
Yeah, no, it won't. But I also think that
awesome,
just
bro.
like he did in the first debate,
they just added
Joe
that.
Biden, I think the formula here
I think that's
is
chill.
To constantly tie Kamala Harris to the Biden administration, which is where Trump is winning.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit
against
too
her on the
far left
economy,
here, but
inflation, and all these other problems that we're having. And then sit back and let her talk. Let her explain herself, her past positions, current positions. How does she feel about how Biden has done on the economy? How does she feel?
No one cares about the vice president. Only matters if the Senate is 50-50. Fair. No, I remember as a kid, like distinctly, like being confused as to why all the presidents were men.
Can't wait.
Solely because every girl in my class got good grades and all the boys would just like be distracted and not do good in class. So like I remember thinking like, wait, why are all the smart people girls? And why don't we put the smart people in charge?
Have never met each other. Have never even met
It was
each
early
other.
onset
Harris said,
feminism.
"If you got something to say, say it to my face."
And then a woman broke my heart, and then my views changed. Super Lando, thank you.
Does he question her intelligence as well, or does he stick to the issues?
Look, this is the largest audience they're likely going to have in this race. It will be interesting to see if Harris can make clear the stark choice before voters. And where does she decide to land her punches? She can punch hard. Can she do that?
Vienna, welcome home.
Coming her way. But first and foremost, are we going to see a handshake when the two of them meet for the first time?
We didn't back in 2016 when I did that debate. We'll stand by to see that tonight. But
Well, they handshake. God, this is such stupid news.
And I have no doubts that we're going to see that
ABC News, bro.
Will
we see our candidates handshake?
And perhaps the most consequential.
One of them intends to hang the other one, by the way.
Almost certainly going to be the last one. So with the stakes so high, the presidential debate just moments away. We have the entire news.
This is like a college game day panel. Yeah, where's Pat McAfee?
Fact checking on our live blog. It's all going to be happening right here. The debate now.
A live blog.
Just 10 seconds away, and we will be back with our post-game show as soon as it's over. We are going to talk
post-game
right now.
Post-game show.
Tonight, the high-stakes showdown here in Philadelphia between Vice President
Is the audio
Kamala
fine, by the
Harris
way?
and former President Donald Trump. Their first face-to-face meeting in this
Oh,
presidential
I'm covering up the woman. I'm
their
sorry.
First face-to-face meeting ever.
A historic race.
I don't want to cover up David Muir either.
Weeks ago, President Biden
We love David Muir in this
after his
house.
last debate, Donald Trump now up against a new opponent.
The candidates separated by the smallest
I hope
of
if like the
margins,
nukes ever
essentially
go
tied in the
off and
polls
we're all gonna
nationally,
die,
and the
it's
key
him I see on the
battlegrounds,
news first.
including right here in
That
Pennsylvania.
goes like,
all
I got
still
bad
very
news,
much in play.
America.
The ABC News presidential debate starts
Take
right
shelter.
now.
Be safe.
This is an ABC News
That would make me
special.
feel a bit more
the most
comfortable.
consequential moment of this campaign. Kamala Harris.
Together, we will chart a new way forward.
Donald Trump.
We will soon
Wait, where's
be
Joe?
a great nation again.
Imagine Guy who just
Face-to-face.
hasn't been watching the news.
The
It's like, what
ABC
the
News
fuck is going
presidential
on?
Debate. Here now, David Muir and Lindsay Davis.
Good evening, I'm David Muir, and thank you for joining us for tonight's ABC News presidential debate. We want to welcome viewers watching on
intros?
ABC and around the world tonight. Vice President Kamala Harris and President Donald Trump are just moments away from taking the stage in this unprecedented race for president.
And
Is that
I'm
Viper
Lindsay Davis.
behind you?
Tonight's meeting could be
Oh, it's
the
Tiger
most
Woods after
consequential event
getting a
of their
DUI and
campaigns,
cheating on
but
his wife.
Election Day, now less than 2 months away. For Vice
Sorry, I'm
President
covering up
Kamala
women
Harris,
again.
this is her first debate since President Biden withdrew from the race on July 21st. Of course, that decision followed his
Refresh
debate
stream,
against
you're a bit
President Donald
behind.
Trump in June. Since then, this race has taken on an entirely
And that brings us to the rules of tonight's debate. 90 minutes with 2 commercial breaks. No topics or questions have been shared with the campaigns. The candidates will have 2 minutes to answer questions, and this is the clock. That's what they'll be seeing. 2 minutes for rebuttals and 1 minute for follow-ups, clarifications, or responses. Their microphones will only be turned on when it's their turn to speak. No pre-written notes allowed. There is no audience here tonight in this hall at the National Constitution Center. This is an intimate setting for 2 candidates who have never met.
President Trump won the coin toss. He chose to deliver the final closing statement of the evening. Vice President Harris selected the podium to the right.
So let's now welcome the candidates
We're
to
as
the
live
stage.
as you
Vice
can
President
get.
Kamala Harris and President Donald Trump.
Please shake hands.
Kamala Harris.
Oh wow, he took the initiative to go shake her hand, to shake his hand. Wow.
Welcome to you both. It's wonderful to have
Wow.
you. It's an honor to have you both here
I
tonight.
mean, she
Good
initiated
evening.
that.
We are
She
looking
walked to the
forward
middle.
a spirited and thoughtful debate.
So let's get started. I want to begin tonight with the issue that voters repeatedly say is their #1 issue, and that is the economy and the cost of living in this country. Vice President Harris, you and President Trump were elected 4 years
just
ago.
won
and your opponent on
5K
the
on
stage here
DraftKings.
tonight often asks his supporters,
My
are you
FanDuel
better
parlay
off
already
than
hit.
you were 4 years ago? When it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
So I was raised as a middle-class kid. And I am actually the only person on this stage who has a plan that is about lifting up the middle class and working people of America.
Dude, he looks old
I
as
believe
shit.
in the ambition,
center the
the
camera.
aspirations, the dreams of the American people. And that is why I imagine and have actually a plan to build what I call an opportunity economy.
It's not gonna
Because here's
keep it
the
on.
thing.
I'll turn it on and off.
We know that we have a shortage of
I don't wanna be
homes
perceived.
and housing. And the cost of housing is too expensive for far too many people. We
Literal
know that young
centrist
families
streamer.
need support to raise their children, and I intend on
True.
extending a tax
This shows
cut
where I
for
align
those
politically,
families of
guys.
$6,000,
Candidate we're
which
looking
is
for.
the largest child tax credit that we have given in a long time, so that those young families can afford to buy a crib, buy a car seat, buy clothes for their children. My passion, one of them, is small businesses. I was actually,
Neither of them are
my
gonna
mother
answer the
raised my
question
sister and
asked.
me,
I mean, she's
but there was a
answering
woman
it.
who helped raise us. We call her our second mother. She was a small business owner. I love our small businesses. My plan is to give a $50,000 tax deduction to start
I
up
forgot the
small
question. Me
businesses,
too.
knowing they are part of the
Something about the
backbone of
economy.
America's economy. My opponent, on the other hand, his plan is to do what he has done before, which is to provide a tax cut for billionaires and big corporations, which will result in $5 trillion to America's deficit. My opponent has a plan that I call the Trump's sales tax, which would be a 20% tax
Dude,
on
he's
everyday goods that
disassociating right
you
now.
rely on
He's just
to
staring
get
into the
through the
void.
month. Economists have said that that Trump sales tax would actually result for middle-class families in about $4,000 more a year because
He misses
of his
Biden so
policies
much.
and
Bro,
his
I do
ideas
too. I just
about
found out
what
she's the
should be
candidate.
The backs of middle
I'm
class
a guy who
people
hasn't been watching the
paying for
news.
tax cuts for billionaires.
President Trump, I'll give you 2 minutes.
First of all, I have no sales tax. That's an incorrect statement. She knows that. We're doing tariffs on other countries. Other countries are going to finally, after
That is such a
75 years,
bad idea.
pay us back for all that we've done for the world. And the tariff will be substantial in some cases. I took in billions and billions of dollars, as you know, from China. In fact, they never took the tariff off because there was so much money they can't. It would totally destroy everything that they've set out to do. They're taking in billions of
Can we get a
dollars from
lie
China
counter on
and
the
other
stream?
places. They've
Yeah,
left the
go to
tariffs on.
HillaryClinton.com
When I had it, I
for a
had
live
tariffs, and
fact
yet I
check.
had no inflation. Look, we've had a terrible economy because inflation has, which is really known as a country buster. It breaks up countries. We have inflation like very few people have ever seen before, probably the worst in our nation's history. We were at 21%, but that's being generous because many things are 50, 60,
21.
70, and 80% higher than they were just a few years ago. This has
You
been
know?
a disaster for people, for the middle class, but for every class. On top of that, we have millions of people pouring into our country from prisons and jails, from mental institutions.
He's already
and
going
insane
off,
asylums,
man.
And they're coming in and they're taking.
This was not an immigration
jobs that are
question,
occupied
Donald.
right now by African Americans and Hispanics, and also unions. Unions are going to be
They're
affected
taking black
very soon.
jobs. That's
And
what
you
he said
see
last
what's
time.
happening. You see what's happening with towns throughout the United States. You look at Springfield, Ohio. You look at Aurora in Colorado. They are taking over the towns. They're taking over
That's not
buildings.
even
They're
true.
going in violently. These are the people that
Ohio
she
mentioned.
and Biden led into our country, and they're destroying
But
our
he's
country.
already going
They're
off, man.
dangerous. They're at the highest level of criminality. and we have to get them out. We have to get them out fast. I created one of the greatest economies in the history of our country. I'll do it again.
I'd rather
and
watch
even
you than
better.
Hassan for this. You seem more informed. Thank you, man.
Security during this debate.
Thank you, bro. I agree.
I would like to let Vice President Harris
especially on
respond
9/11 Eve.
Well, I would love to. Let's talk about what Donald Trump left us. Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment since the Great Depression. Donald Trump left us the worst
as someone who would probably be unemployed if I wasn't a streamer, that was kind of awesome.
Donald
Trump normalize being unemployed, please.
The worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. And what we have done is clean up Donald Trump's mess. What we have done and what I intend to do is build on what we know are the aspirations and the hopes of the American people. But I'm going to tell you all in this debate tonight, you're going to hear from the same old tired playbook, a bunch of lies, grievances, and name-calling. What you're going to hear tonight is a detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing if he were elected
No, Donald,
again.
you were coached to not nod when she says that.
That the American people
Shake
want
your head the
a
other
president
way.
who understands the importance of bringing us together, knowing we have so much more
Wrong
in common
head
than
shake.
what separates us. And I pledge to you to be a president for all Americans.
President Trump will give you a minute here to respond.
Number one, I have nothing to do, as you know, and as she knows better than anyone, I have nothing to do with Project 2025. That's out there.
That's
I
not
haven't
true,
read it.
bro.
I don't want to
They got
read
the
it
logs,
purposely. I'm not
bro.
going to
They
read
got
it.
the logs,
This was a group
man.
of people that got together. They came up with some ideas. I guess some good, some bad. But
They got
it
the
makes no
logs on
difference.
Reddit,
I have
bro.
nothing to do. Everybody knows I'm an open book. Everybody knows what I'm going to do. Cut taxes very substantially and create a great economy like I did before. We had the greatest economy. We got hit with a pandemic. And the pandemic was not since 1917, where 100 million people died, has there been anything like it. We did a phenomenal job with the pandemic. We handed them over a country where the economy and where the stock market was higher than it was before the pandemic came in. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. We made ventilators for the entire world. We got gowns, we got masks, we did things that nobody thought possible. And people give me credit for rebuilding the military. They give me credit
Check
for
if you
a
have
lot
a
of
Prime
things,
sub. Yeah, wait.
but not
Check
enough
if you
credit for the
can we
great
get some
job we did
subs?
with the pandemic. But the only jobs they got were bounce back jobs. These were jobs bounce back, and it bounced back, and it went to their benefit. But I was the one that created them. They know it, and so does everybody else.
Vice President Harris, I'll let you respond.
So Donald Trump has no plan for you. And when you look at his economic plan, it's all about tax breaks for the richest people. I am offering what I describe as an opportunity economy, and the
Tell him he
best
has a small
economists
penis
in
or
our country, if
hands.
not
Come
the
on.
world, have reviewed our relative plans for the future of America. What Goldman Sachs has said is that Donald Trump's plan would make the economy worse. Mine would strengthen the economy. What the Wharton School has said is Donald Trump's plan
Are you talking about Goldman
would actually
Sachs? They're
explode the deficit.
They're in the debate, bro.
16 Nobel laureates have described his economic plan as something that would increase inflation and by the middle of next year would invite a recession. You just have to look at where we
Thanks for
are
the subs,
and where
Anna
we stand on
Rosaline.
the
I like
issues. And I'd
salt, the
invite
fort,
you to know
ginger.
that Donald Trump actually has no plan for you
Pax
because he is
Tua,
more interested
pay
in
in that
defending
thing.
himself
Let's
than he
fucking
is
go.
in looking out for you.
It's just a soundbite. They gave her that to say. Look, I went to the Wharton School of Finance.
That's just a
many of those
soundbite.
professors, the top professors,
The fuck?
think
What
my
does that
plan
mean?
is a brilliant plan. It's a great plan. It's a plan that's going to bring up our worth, our value as a country. It's going to make people want to be able to go and work and create jobs and create a lot of good, solid money for our country. And just to finish off, she doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan, and it's like 4
Bro, he's
sentences.
doing bad, bro.
Like run, spot, run. 4 sentences that are just,
He's
we'll
doing
try and
really
lower
bad.
taxes. She doesn't have a plan. Take a look at her plan. She doesn't have a plan.
Mr. President, I do want to
She
drill
just-
down on something you both brought up.
she just said a
The Vice
plan.
President brought up your tariffs. You responded, and let's drill down on this because your plan is what she calls is essentially a national sales tax. Your proposal calls for tariffs, as you pointed out here, on foreign imports across the board. You recently said that you might double your plan, imposing
Trump
tariffs
sucks.
up to 20%
Yo, please keep
on
the
goods
chat
coming
room
into this
centrist
country.
and politically neutral,
As you know,
bro.
many economists
Come
say
on.
that with tariffs at that level, costs are
None
then
of that.
passed on to the consumer. Vice President Harris has argued it'll mean higher prices on gas, food, clothing, medication, arguing it costs the typical family nearly $4,000 a year. Do you believe Americans can afford higher prices because of tariffs?
From my centrist POV, he's doing so bad.
Who's going to have higher
Thank
prices?
you, evil Mark
China
Wahlberg in the
and
YouTube chat.
all of the countries that have been ripping us off for years. I was the only president ever. China was paying us hundreds of billions of dollars, and so were other countries. And, you know, if she doesn't like them, they should have gone out and they should have immediately cut the tariffs. But those tariffs are there 3.5 years now under their administration. We are going to take in billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars. I had no inflation, virtually no inflation. They had the highest inflation perhaps in the history of our country, because I've never seen a worse period of time. People can't go out and buy cereal or bacon or eggs or anything else.
It's actually true.
The people of our country are
I've been shopping at a different grocery store lately, and they don't have the bacon I like.
And all you have to do is look at a poll. The polls say 80 and 85 and even 90% that the Trump economy was great, that their economy was terrible.
Vice President Harris, I do want to ask for your response.
Looks like he's going to cry.
What the president said there, because the Biden administration did keep a number of the Trump tariffs in place. So how do you respond?
Well, let's be clear that the Trump administration resulted in a trade deficit, one of the highest we've ever seen in the history of America. He invited trade wars. You want to talk about his
He's got to stop
with China,
giving her like these like faces of like, you got me. You can't do that,
he
man.
He ended up selling
Come on, you're just getting caught
to China to help them improve and modernize their military. Basically sold us out, when a policy about China should be in making sure the United States of America wins the competition for the 21st century, which means focusing on the details of what that requires, focusing on relationships with our allies, focusing on investing in American-based technology so that
when you look at her, you don't want her to think that like you like her.
Computing.
If you get caught like looking at a girl and she looks back at you, she's going to think you have a crush on her.
So that we don't end up having on the short end of the stick in terms of workers' rights. But what Donald Trump did, let's talk about this, with COVID, is he actually thanked President Xi for what he did during COVID. Look at his tweet. Thank you, President Xi, exclamation point, when we know that Xi was responsible for lacking and not giving us transparency about the origins of COVID.
President Trump, I'll let you respond.
First of all,
lab leak theory? What the fuck?
From Taiwan.
What a twist.
We hardly make chips anymore because of philosophies like they have and policies like they have. I don't say her because she has no policy. Everything that she believed 3 years ago and 4 years ago is out the window. She's going to my philosophy now. In fact, I was going to send her a
They're
MAGA
called
hat.
posts retroactively,
She's gone to my
Kamala.
philosophy. But if she ever got elected, she'd change
She's
it.
laughing at him.
And it will be the end of our country. She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist. Her father's a Marxist professor in economics, and he taught her well. But when you look at what she's done to our country, and when you look at these millions and millions of people that are pouring into our country monthly, where it's, I believe, 21 million people, not the 15 that people say, and I think it's a lot higher than the 21. That's bigger than New York State pouring in. And just look at what they're doing to our country. They're criminals. Many of these people coming in are criminals. And that's bad for our economy, too. You know, you
what are you talking about,
immigration later. Well, bad immigration is
like
the
a
worst
Lex
thing that can
Fridman
happen
debate.
to our economy. They have,
Excuse me, a Lex Fridman interview. And this is a debate. Like, what do you talk about the topic, man?
That's insane. Almost policy that you'd say they have to hate our country.
President Trump, thank you. Lindsay?
I want to turn to the issue of abortion. President Trump, you've often touted that you were able to kill Roe v. Wade. Last year, you said that you were proud to be the most pro-life president in
As the centrist candidate,
history.
I think all babies should be killed in the womb.
You said that your administration would be great for women and their reproductive rights. In your home state of Florida, you surprised many with regard to your 6-week abortion ban, because you initially had said that it was too short. And you said, quote, I'm going to be voting that we need more than 6 weeks. But then the very next day, you reversed course and said you would vote to support the 6-week ban. Vice President Harris says that women shouldn't trust you on the issue of abortion because you've changed your position so many times. Therefore,
your mom needs one 25 years late. That's rude, bro.
Is because the plan is, as you know, the vote is, they have abortion in the 9th month. They even have, and you can look at the governor of West Virginia, the previous
not
governor
true,
of West
Donald.
Virginia, not the current governor, who's doing
That's
an
not true,
excellent job,
Donald. They don't do
but
that.
The governor before, he said the baby will be born, and we will decide what to do with the baby. In other words, we'll execute the baby. And that's why I did that, because that
It's
predominates.
so crazy
because they're
that he just
radical. The Democrats
says
are
this.
radical in that. And her vice presidential pick, which
They
I think was a
execute
horrible
the
pick, by the
baby.
way, for our country, because he is really out of it. But her vice presidential pick says abortion in the 9th month is absolutely fine. He also says execution after birth. It's execution, no longer abortion, because the baby is born, is okay. And that's not okay with me, hence the vote. But what I did is something for 52 years. They've been trying to get Roe v. Wade into the states. And through the genius and heart and strength of 6 Supreme Court justices, we were able to do that. Now, I believe in the exceptions for rape, incest, and life of the mother. I believe strongly in it. Ronald Reagan did also. 85% of Republicans do. Exceptions. Very important. But we were able to
Trump
get
will
it,
bring back
and
the
now
guillotine.
states are
W.
voting on it. And for the first time, you're going to see, look, this is an issue that's torn our
Firing
country
squad kills
apart
baby.
for 52 years. Every legal scholar, every Democrat, every Republican, liberal, conservative, they all wanted this issue to be brought back to the states where the people could vote. And that's what happened. Now, Ohio, the vote was somewhat liberal. Kansas, the vote was somewhat liberal, much more liberal than people would have thought. But each individual state is voting. It's
Ohio
the vote
mentioned.
of the people now. It's not tied up in the federal government. I did a great service in doing it. It took courage to do it. And the Supreme Court had great courage in doing it. And I give tremendous credit to those 6 justices.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born. Madam Vice President, I want to get your response.
Wait, they're actually fact-checking
Well,
them.
as I said, you're going to hear a bunch of lies, and that's not actually a surprising fact. Let's understand how we got here. Donald Trump hand-selected 3 members of the United States Supreme Court with the intention that they would
He's
undo
gonna
the
start
protections of Roe v.
crying.
Wade. And they did exactly as he intended. And now in over 20 states, there are Trump abortion bans, which make it criminal for a doctor or nurse to provide health care. In one state, it provides prison for life. Trump abortion bans that make no exception even for rape
Holy
and
shit,
incest.
it's so
which
nice to just
understand
have
what that
someone on the
means.
screen that can
survivor
complete a
of
sentence.
crime of violation to
Even
their
if
body
she is going to
does not have
inherently
the
become
right
a
to
war
make a
criminal
decision
on
about
day
what
one of her
happens to
administration,
their
at the
body
very
next.
least, she
That
can
is
complete a sentence.
immoral. And one does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree. The government, and Donald Trump certainly, should not be telling a woman what to do
Thanks for the
with
subs, guys.
her
Look at the
body.
sub train.
I have
Hype
talked
train.
with women around our country. You want to talk about this is what people wanted? Pregnant women who want to carry a pregnancy to term, suffering from a miscarriage, being denied care in an emergency room because the healthcare providers are afraid they might go to jail, and she's bleeding out in a car in the parking lot. She didn't want that. Her husband didn't want that.
This is a wild angle.
A 12 or 13-year-old
He looks
survivor
like he's
of
just like
incest
so uncomfortable.
being forced to carry a pregnancy to term. They don't want that. And I pledge to you, when Congress passes a bill to put back in place the protections of Roe v. Wade, as President of the United States, I will proudly sign it into law. But understand, if Donald Trump were to be reelected, he will sign a national abortion ban. Understand, in his Project 2025, there would be a national abortion, a monitor that would be monitoring your pregnancies, your miscarriages. I think the American people believe that certain
Like a hall
freedoms,
monitor?
in particular the freedom to make decisions
Oh,
about
that's like when I
one's own
volunteered
body,
in Texas outside
should
of
not be
abortion
made by the
clinics to report them to the
Thank
police,
you,
and we
Vice
got
President
paid.
Harris.
Well, there she
We
goes
called
again.
them
It's a
abortion
lie.
bounties.
I'm
but
not
we
signing
did.
a ban, and
We
there's
would
no
sit
reason to
outside
sign a
and just
ban
call the
because
police.
We've gotten what
there
everybody
they are.
wanted. Democrats, Republicans, and everybody else, and every legal scholar wanted it to be brought back into the states, and the states are voting.
It was a scrapped
And it may
OTK
take a
video.
little time, but for 52 years, this
It
issue
just didn't come
has
together in the
torn
edit.
our country apart, and they've wanted it back in the states. And I did something that nobody thought was possible. The states are now voting. What she says is an absolute lie. And as far as the abortion ban, no, I'm not in favor of abortion ban, but it doesn't matter because this issue has now been taken over by the states.
Would you veto a national abortion ban if it came to your desk?
Well, I won't have to because, again, two things. Number one, she said she'll go back to Congress. She'll never get the vote. It's impossible for her to get the vote, especially now with the 50-50 and essentially 50-50 in both Senate and the House. She's not going to get the vote. She can't get the vote. She won't even come close to it. So it's just talk. You know what it reminds me of? When they said they're going to get student loans terminated.
She's bugging them,
it ended
dude.
up being a total catastrophe. The student loans, and then her, I think probably her boss,
Perry,
if you call him a boss, he spends all his
Perfect
time
Perry.
on the beach. But look, her boss went out and said, we'll do it again. We'll do it a different way. And he went out, got rejected again by the Supreme Court. So all these students got taunted with this whole thing about this whole idea. And how unfair that would have been. Part of the reason they
She
lost.
got the light-skinned
the
stare.
millions and millions
She
of
does,
people
bro.
that had to pay off their student loans. They didn't get it for free. But they were saying it's the same way that they talked about that they talk about abortion.
But if I could just get a yes or no, because your running mate, J.D. Vance, has said that you would veto it if it did come to your desk.
Well, I didn't discuss it with J.D. In all fairness, J.D. And I
You
don't
haven't
mind if
discussed
he has a certain
with your
view, but I
vice
think he was speaking
president
for me, but I
the
really didn't.
policy on an
Look,
abortion ban?
We don't have to discuss it because she'd never be able to get it, just like she couldn't get student loans. They couldn't get student loans. They didn't even come close
He
to getting
hates the
student loans.
motherfucker.
They taunted young people and a lot of other people that had loans. They
To be
can
fair,
never
I
get
wouldn't
this
want to talk
approved.
to JD
so it
either.
doesn't matter what
Like,
she says about going to Congress. So
I
wonderful.
talked
Let's
to
go
RFK
Congress,
about
do
it.
But the fact is that for years they wanted to get it out of Congress and out of the federal government. And we did something that everybody said couldn't be done. And now you have a vote of the people on abortion.
Vice President Harris, want to give you your time to respond,
the
but I do
people
want to
don't
ask, would you
want
support
an abortion
any
ban. That's
restrictions
the whole
on a
point.
woman's right to an abortion?
I absolutely support reinstating the protections of Roe v. Wade. And as you rightly mentioned, nowhere in America is a woman carrying a pregnancy to term and asking for an abortion. That is not happening. It's insulting to the women of America. And
Yeah, maybe not
understand
women,
what
but a
has
guy
been
like me,
happening under Donald
I
Trump's
low-key
abortion
be like,
bans.
hey, something happens in the back, the baby can go.
And,
You know?
and dream of having
It's-
a family
listen,
are being denied
I'm a young 25,
IVF
man.
treatments. What is happening in our country?
Give me time.
Working people, working women who are working one
Little
or
under
two
the table
jobs,
type deal.
who can barely afford childcare as it is, have to travel to another state to get on a plane.
This is a joke,
sitting
by the
next
way.
to
I actually love
strangers,
children.
To go
I really
and
do.
get the health care she needs.
In like a wholesome way.
Barely can afford to do it.
Not in like
and
a weird
what
way.
you are putting her through.
We just have to fucking
is
clarify on this
unconscionable.
goddamn platform because
And
every
the people
streamer's
of America
fucking pedophile
have
these days.
the majority of Americans believe in a woman's right to make decisions about her own body, and that is why in every state where this issue has been on the ballot, in red and blue states both, the people of America have voted for freedom.
Vice President Harris,
Excuse me, I
thank
have
you.
to respond. Another lie. It's another lie. I have been a leader on IVF, which is fertilization. The IVF, I have been a leader. In fact, when they got a very negative decision on IVF from the Alabama courts, I saw the people of Alabama and the legislature 2 days later voted it in. I've been a leader on it. They know that, and everybody else knows it.
Everybody knows
I
that.
have been a leader on fertilization, IVF. And the other thing, you should ask, will she allow abortion in the 8th month, 9th month, 7th month?
Come on.
Okay, would you do that? Why don't you ask her that
Why
question?
don't you answer
That's
the
problem.
question, would you
because
veto?
under Roe v. Wade,
Answer the question, would you veto?
you could do abortions in the 7th month, the 8th month, the 9th
That's
month,
not true.
and probably after birth. Just look at the
This is
governor, former
insane.
governor of Virginia. The governor of Virginia said, we put the baby aside, and then we determine what we want to do with the baby.
President Trump, thank you.
We're going to turn now to immigration and border security. We know it's an issue that's important to Republicans, Democrats, voters across the board in this country. Vice President
13
Harris,
months.
you were
I
tasked
like
by
me
President
born the
Biden
baby at like the
getting to
26th
root
month.
causes of migration from
I gotta get his
Central
vibe
America.
first.
We know that illegal border
Make a call
crossings
in.
reached a record high in the Biden administration. This past June, President Biden imposed tough new asylum
that dude starts
restrictions.
talking, that's how
the
I know.
numbers since then have dropped significantly. But my question to you tonight is, why did the administration wait until 6 months before the election to act? And would you have done anything differently from President Biden on this?
So I'm the only person on this stage who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations, for the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings. And let me say
It honestly
that
might
the
have
United
confused
States
Donald,
Congress,
I think, that she
including some of
said
the
that.
most conservative members of the United States Senate, came up with a border security bill, which I supported. And that bill would have put 1,500 more border agents on the border to help those folks who are working there right now overtime, trying to do their job. It would have allowed us to stem the flow of fentanyl coming into the United States. I know there are so many families watching tonight who have been personally affected by the surge of fentanyl in our country. That bill would have put more resources to allow us to prosecute transnational criminal organizations
low-key
for trafficking
sucks.
in
Like,
guns,
it's not
drugs,
even, like,
and human
fun.
beings. But you know what happened to that bill?
Like, sure, so you speak for
Donald
yourself,
Trump
I
got
get
on the
it, but like,
phone,
it's not even like a
called
fun
up
one.
some folks in Congress and said, kill the bill. And you know why? Because he'd prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem.
Seems to hurt people.
And understand, this comes at a time where the people of our country actually need a leader who engages in solutions, who actually addresses the problems at hand. But what we have in the former president is someone who would prefer to run on a problem
Why don't they talk about
instead
fun
of fixing
drugs?
a problem.
I
And
don't
I'll
even
tell you
care
something.
about
He's going to
fentanyl,
talk about
honestly.
immigration a lot tonight, even when it's not the subject that is being raised. And I'm going to actually do something really unusual, and I'm going to invite you to attend one of Donald Trump's rallies, because it's a really interesting thing to watch. You will see during the course of his rallies, he talks about fictional characters like Hannibal Lecter. He will talk about windmills cause
I like
cancer.
what he talks about Hannibal Lecter,
And what
though.
you will also notice is that people start leaving his rallies early out of
Oh, that'll
exhaustion
piss him
and
off.
boredom.
Yeah,
And I will tell you, the
now
one
you're
thing
gonna.
you will not
now
hear
he's
him
gonna
talk
get
about
pissed.
is you. You will not hear him talk about your needs, your dreams,
Don't
and your
talk about the
and your
crowd, so you're gonna
desires.
piss him off.
And I'll tell you, I believe you deserve a president who actually puts you
Now
first.
you're talking
and
what
I
he
pledge
knows.
to you that I will.
Vice President Harris, thank you. President Trump, on that point,
He's
I want
gonna
to
be
get
like,
your
no,
response.
first of all, they
Let me
leave
just ask, though,
Kamala's,
why
they
did you
leave,
try to kill that
they
bill,
leave
and
her, she
successfully
has,
so
she needs,
that would have put thousands of additional
she
agents
needs
and
Cardi
officers on the
B.
border.
First, let me respond as to the
Please.
rallies. She said people start leaving. People don't go to her rallies. There's no reason to go. And the people that do go, she's bussing them in
I've seen
and
too.
paying them
I've
to be
tell-
there,
dude.
and then showing them in a different light. So she
Pre-watch,
can't talk
by the
about
way.
that. People don't leave my rallies. We have the biggest rallies, the most incredible rallies in the history of politics. That's because people want to take their country back. Our country is being lost. We're a failing nation. And it happened 3.5 years ago. And what's going on here, you're going to end up in World War III, just to go into another subject. What they have done to our country by allowing these millions and millions of people to come into our country, and look at what's happening to the towns all over the United States. And a lot of towns don't want to talk. It's not going to be Aurora or Springfield. A lot of towns don't want to talk about it because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame.
I can't believe
as far
it.
as
I can't believe
rallies
you're
are
just
concerned,
saying
as
it.
far as the reason they go is they like what I say. They want to bring our country back. They want to make America great again. It's a very simple phrase, make America great again. She's destroying this country, and if she becomes president,
I just
this
can't
country
believe it.
doesn't have a chance.
I can't believe
of
he
success.
literally said that.
Not only success, we'll end up being Venezuela on steroids.
I just want to clarify
Wait,
here.
that
You bring up
sounds lit.
Springfield, Ohio,
Are they gonna
and
correct them?
ABC News did reach out to the city manager there. He told us there have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals within the immigrant community.
Well,
All
I've
this,
seen people on television.
Let me just say here, this is
The people on
I saw
television
it on the
say my
TV.
dog was taken and used for food. So maybe he said that, and maybe that's a good
Yeah.
thing to say for a city manager.
I'm not taking this from
But
television.
the people are
I'm
on
taking it from
television
the city
saying
manager.
their dog was eaten by
The people on the
that went
TV.
there.
Again, the Springfield city manager says there's no evidence of that. Vice
We'll
President
find
Harris,
out.
I'll let you respond to the rest of what you've heard.
You talk about extreme.
Oh my God.
You know, this is, I think, one of the reasons
my
why
God,
in
dude.
this election, I actually have the
Oh my
endorsement
God.
of
This is good.
200 Republicans
Holy shit.
who have formerly worked with President Bush, Mitt Romney, and John McCain, including the endorsement of former Vice President Dick Cheney and Congress member Liz Cheney.
I still don't think a
And
girl can be
if
president,
you want to
though. I
really
like
know the inside
mean,
track on who the former president
doing
is,
everything
if you
right,
didn't make
but
it clear
I
already,
don't know, guys.
just ask people who have worked with him. His former chief of staff, a 4-star general, has said he has contempt for the Constitution of the United States. His former national security advisor has said he is dangerous and unfit. His former Secretary of Defense has said the nation, the Republic, would never survive another Trump term. And when we listen to this kind of rhetoric, when the issues that affect the American people
I can't believe he really brought up the Ohio dog
I think
thing.
the choice is clear in this election.
Like, is there no
President Trump will give you a quick minute
advisors telling him to not do that?
Thank you, because when I hear that, see, I'm a different kind of a person. I fired most of those people. Not so graciously. They did bad things or a bad job. I fired them. They never fired one person. They didn't fire anybody having to do with Afghanistan and the Taliban and the 13 people who's were just killed, viciously and violently killed. And I got to know the parents and the family. They didn't fire. They should have fired all those generals, all those top people, because that was one of the most incompetently handled situations anybody has ever seen. So when somebody does a bad job, I fire him. And you take a guy like Esper. He was no good. I fired him. So he writes a book. Another one writes a book. Because with me, they can write books. With nobody else can they. But they have done such a poor job, and they never fire anybody.
Former presidential cabinet members famous for not writing books.
They didn't fire any of their economists. They have the same people. That's a good way not to have
unlikely
books written
scenario
about
to
you.
find a former
But just to finish,
member
I
of
got
a
more
president's
votes
administration
than any
writing a book.
Republican in history by far. In fact, I got more votes than any president, sitting president, in history by far.
Okay.
Let me continue on immigration.
That's cool,
It was what
man,
you
but
wanted to
you
talk
still
about
lost,
earlier,
though.
So let's get back to your deportation proposal that the vice president has reacted to.
That's a
as
lie?
well.
No, it is
President
true.
Trump, you call this the largest
He
domestic
did
deportation
get the
operation
most
in the history
votes
of our
of a
country. You say
sitting
you would use the
presidential
National
candidate.
Guard. You say if
But
things
it
get out of
wasn't
control,
more
you have
votes than Joe
no problem
Biden.
using the
With
U.S.
local
military.
police, yes.
You also said you would use local
No.
police. How would you deport 11 million undocumented immigrants? I know you believe that number is much higher. Take us through this. What does this look like? Will authorities be going door to door in this country?
Yeah. It is much higher because of them. They allowed criminals, many, many millions of criminals. They allowed terrorists. They
I didn't even
allowed
hear the question.
common street criminals. They allowed people to come in, drug dealers, to come into our country. And they're now in the United States and told by their countries like Venezuela, don't ever come back or we're going to kill you. Do you know that crime in Venezuela and crime in countries all over the world is way down? You know why? Because they've taken their criminals off the street and they've given them to her to put into our country. And this will be one of the greatest mistakes
true,
in history
Kamala?
for them to allow.
Did you
and
take
I think
them
they
from
probably
Venezuela?
did it because they think they're going to get votes, but it's not worth it because they're destroying the fabric of our country by what they've done. There's never been anything done like this at all. They've destroyed the fabric of our country. Millions of people let in, and all over the world.
I don't get why no one ever
crime
responds
is
to it
down
with like just
all
like
over
the
world
basic
except
history
here.
of like
Crime
America
here is
being
up
like
and
a
through the
country of
roof,
immigrants.
despite
I don't
their
like
fraudulent
it's never
statements that they
computes
made.
with me.
Crime in this country.
I gotta
is
know if I'm
through
just
the
like
roof.
radical
And
left,
we have a new
but like
form of crime. It's called migrant
it's like the whole
crime,
narrative
and
of like
happening at
America
levels
is like
nobody
that it's
thought
literally a
possible.
President Trump,
melting
as you
pot
know,
country.
The FBI says overall violent crime is actually coming down in this country. But Vice
Excuse me,
President
the
Harris,
FBI they were defrauding statements. They didn't
He's gonna be
include
so
the
pissed
worst
at the
cities.
moderation on
They
this.
didn't include the cities with the worst crime. It was a fraud, just like their number of 818,000
No,
jobs
those
that they
numbers
said they
aren't
created
true.
turned out to be a fraud.
President Trump, thank you. I'll let you respond, Vice President Harris.
Well, I think this is so rich coming from someone who has been prosecuted for national security crimes,
34 felony
economic
charges.
crimes,
It is what it is.
election interference, has been found liable for sexual assault, and his next big court appearance is in November at his own criminal
Dude, it's so
sentencing.
telling that like he doesn't even have like
And
a
let's be
physical
clear,
reaction
where each
to her
person
saying that he's
stands
liable
on
for
the issue
sexual
of What is
assault.
important about
Like,
respect
anybody
for
who
the
has
rule
any
of
sort of
law
morals
and
or,
respect
like,
for law enforcement.
It wouldn't
The
like
former
at
vice
least like
president
an
called for
eyebrow twitch or
defunding
something.
Federal law enforcement, 45,000 agents, get this, on the day after he was arraigned on 34 felony counts. So let's
'Cause he
talk
knows
about
it's true.
what is
Well,
important
yeah.
in this race. It is
I'm getting
important
too
that
left.
we
I need
move
to be more fair to
forward,
Donald.
That we turn the page.
The person on the right
on
is a
this
girl.
Same old tired
is true.
rhetoric and address the needs of the American people, address what we need to do about the housing shortage, which I have a plan for, address what we must do to support our small businesses, address bringing down the price of groceries. But frankly, the American people are exhausted with this same old tired playbook.
Vice President Harris.
Girl on right, Joe Biden.
Every one of those cases was started by them against their political opponent. And I'm winning most of them, and I will win the rest on appeal. And you saw that with the decision that came down just recently from the Supreme Court.
I'm trying to get out ahead of the narrative.
But those are cases, it's called weaponization. Never happened in this country. They weaponized the Justice Department. Every one of those cases was involved with the DOJ, from Atlanta and Fani Willis to the Attorney General of New York and the
He'd
DA
actually gain major points if he called out Fani Willis by talking about the what's his name's case, Young Thug.
He's a criminal. They're the ones that made them go after me. By the way, Joe Biden was found essentially guilty on the documents case. And what happened in my documents case? They said, oh, that's the toughest of them all. A complete and total victory. 2 months ago, it was thrown out. It's weaponization, and they used it, and it's never happened in this country. They used it to try and win an election. They're fake cases.
President Trump, thank you. A really quick response here, Vice President Harris, on this notion of weaponization of the Justice Department.
Well, let's talk about extreme and understand the context in which this election in 2024 is taking place. The United States Supreme Court recently ruled that the former president would essentially be immune from any misconduct if he were to enter the White House again. Understand, this is someone who has openly said he would terminate, I'm quoting, terminate the Constitution of the United States, that he would weaponize the Department of Justice against his political enemies.
You tweeted that,
someone who has openly expressed disdain for members of our military. Understand
she is
what it
so
would
hot,
mean if Donald
permanently
Trump were back
banned
in the
immediately.
White House with no guardrails.
Come on.
Because certainly we know now the court won't
He's being
stop
polite.
him. We know J.D. Vance is not going to stop him. It's up to the American people
Vice President
to stop
Harris,
him.
Thank you. Lindsay?
Vice President Harris, in your last run for president.
This is the one that weaponized, not me. She weaponized.
Not me.
I probably took a bullet to the head because of the things that they say about me. They talk about democracy. I'm a threat to democracy. They're the threat to democracy with a fake Russia investigation that went nowhere.
We have a lot to get to, Lindsay.
Vice President Harris, in your last run for president, you said you wanted to ban fracking. Now you don't. You wanted mandatory government buyback programs for assault weapons. Now your campaign says you don't. You supported decriminalizing border crossings. Now you're taking a harder line. I know you say that your values have not changed.
Step back on all her cool,
so then why have so many
policies?
of your policy positions changed?
So my values have not changed.
Those sounded awesome, actually.
Every one of at least every point that you've made. But in particular, let's talk about fracking because we're here in Pennsylvania. I made that very clear in 2020. I will not ban fracking. I have not banned fracking as Vice President of the United States, and in fact, I was
the only thing that I just won't even give anybody credit on in this chat, even with the meme of centrism, is like you don't need an AR-15, bro. I'm so tired of this.
We have got to invest.
Every single gun guy that I know that's obsessed with guns is like the worst archetype of human. Like they're like, oh, I'm so cool because I own a weapon that can fucking kill you.
The largest increase in
people die every fucking day. Like you're just a loser, bro.
Because of an approach that recognizes that we cannot over-rely on foreign oil. As it relates to my values, let me tell you, I grew up a middle-class kid raised by a hardworking mother who worked and saved and was able to buy our first home when I was a teenager. The values I bring to the importance of home ownership, knowing not everybody got handed
Connor.
$400 million on a silver platter and then filed bankruptcy 6 times.
I don't think you should own an automatic assault weapon.
We are going to work with the private sector and home builders to increase 3 million homes, increase by 3 million homes by the end of my first term. My work that is related
when George Washington made this country, he was really hopeful that in the future they would begin to mass market automatic assault
women
weapons.
And children from violent crime is based
a concept
on a
that wasn't even around when the Second Amendment was made.
Of standing up for those who are most vulnerable. My work that is about protecting Social Security and Medicare is based on long-standing work that I have done, protecting seniors from scams. My values have not changed. And what is important is that there is a president who actually brings values and a perspective that is about lifting
Not automatic
people
though. Excuse me, semi-automatic.
and
Once you get it to level 22, you get the burst
down.
fire attachment, and then you can change the
name-calling.
fire rate.
The true
Might be,
measure
bro.
of the leader is the leader who actually understands the strength is not in beating people down, it's in lifting people up. I intend to be that president.
President Trump, your
Well,
response?
first of all, I wasn't given $400 million. I wish I was. My father was a Brooklyn builder, Brooklyn, Queens, and a great father, and I learned a lot from him. But I was given a fraction of that, a tiny fraction, and I built it into many, many
Wasn't it
billions of
$100 million?
Many, many billions.
He just
And when
described
people see it,
$100
they
million
are
compared to
even
$400
surprised.
million as
So
a
we don't
fraction.
have to talk
I mean,
about
technically,
that.
yeah, it is a
Fracking,
fourth.
She's been against it for 12 years.
Technically,
defund the police.
he's actually
She's
right
been
on that.
against that forever. She gave all that stuff up.
He actually
very
cooked her.
wrongly, very horribly, and everybody's laughing at it, okay? They're all laughing at it. She gave up at least 12 and probably 14 or 15 different policies. Like,
Holy
she
shit,
was big
2K
on
on
defund the
Twitch,
police. In
almost 2K
Minnesota,
on
she
YouTube.
went out. Wait a minute, I'm talking now. If you don't mind, please. Does that sound familiar?
Oh my God, he completely
She went
fumbled. Holy shit, he fumbled.
went
She
out
didn't even say
in
that
Minnesota
one time.
And wanted to let criminals that killed people, that burned down Minneapolis.
Oh
She went
my
out and raised money to
God.
get them out of jail. She did things that nobody would ever think of. Now she wants to do
She didn't even say that
transgender
one
operations
time.
on illegal aliens that are in prison. This is a radical left liberal that would do this.
Wasted
She wants
all.
to
Dude, he
confiscate
did.
your guns, and she will never allow
Doofus,
fracking
we're not
in
even on
Pennsylvania.
point, bro.
If she won the election, fracking in Pennsylvania will end on day one. Just to finish, one thing so important in my opinion. So I got the oil business going like nobody has ever done before.
Connor,
When they took over, they got rid of it, started getting rid of it, and the prices were going up the roof. They immediately let these guys
my
go
God,
to
bro.
where they were. I would
This
have
shit
been
is incredible.
5 times, 4 times, 5 times higher, because you're talking about 3.5 years ago. They got it up to where I was because they had no choice, because the prices of energy were quadrupling and doubling. You saw what happened to gasoline. So they said, let's go back to Trump. But if she won the
He's so
election, the
pissed.
day after that election,
Look at how mad he
they'll
is
go
now.
back to destroying our country, and oil will be dead, fossil fuel will be dead. We'll go back to
They need to
windmills,
replace
and
him with
we'll go back
JD.
to
It's the
solar,
only
where they
way. It's
need
the
a
only
whole
way
desert
to go.
get some energy to
It's
come out.
JD's
You ever
turn.
see a solar plant? By the way, I'm a big fan of solar, but they take 400, 500 acres of desert
President
soil.
Trump, we have a
These
lot
are
of
not good
issues
things
that we
for the
have to get to.
environment, as
We're
she
out of time.
understands.
Thank you.
Lindsay, thank you. We have an election in just 56 days. And I want to talk about the peaceful transfer of power, which, of course, we all know is a cornerstone of our democracy, and the role
Well,
of a president
agree to disagree,
in a moment
David.
of crisis. Mr. President, on January 6th, you told your supporters to march to the Capitol. You said you would be right there with them. The country and the world saw what played out at the Capitol that day, the officers coming under attack. Aides in the West Wing say you watched it unfold on television off the Oval Office. You did send out tweets, but it was more than 2 hours before you sent out that video message telling your supporters to go home. Is there anything you regret about what you did on that day?
You just said a thing that isn't covered. Peacefully and patriotically,
Oh
I
my
said
God,
during my
bro.
speech, not later on.
If you don't
Peacefully
fight like hell.
and patriotically. And nobody on the other side was killed. Ashley Babbitt was shot
Nobody
by
on
an
the other
out-of-control
side
police
was
officer
killed?
that should have never, ever shot her.
Oh, my
it's
God,
a disgrace. But we didn't do
He goes,
this
"We
group of
lost
people
one."
that have been treated so badly. I ask, what about all the people that are
Because if you
pouring
look
into
at
our
the
country and
numbers
killing
that
people
came back
that she
after-
allowed to pour in? She was the border czar. Remember that.
This is
She
insane.
was the border czar. She doesn't want to be called the border czar because she's embarrassed by the border. In fact, she said at the beginning, "Oh, I'm surprised you're not talking about the border yet." That's
Okay,
because
listen.
she
I
knows what a
hope that
bad
like
job
if you're
they've
very
done.
like politically
What
like
about those
neutral, you don't
people?
understand.
What are
Your
they
parents
gonna
are
be
conservative. You
prosecuted?
think you need to
When
link
are
Trump.
these
I get it, bro.
people
I
from
get
countries
being
all
raised
over
around
the
that.
world, not
I
just South
hope
America.
that this at the
They're
very
coming in
least
from
opens your eyes
all
to how
over
fucking
the
batshit of a world that we
David.
live in right now. The guy on the
All over
left is like
world.
winning,
And
by the way.
crime rates are down
Guy on
all
left
over
is
the world
currently
because of
winning.
it.
But let me just
one of
okay.
those- David,
That's why
one
it's
of
important
those
to highlight
people
these
gotta be
things. This
prosecuted.
shit is
One of
fucking
the
crazy,
people that
bro.
burned down Minneapolis got to be prosecuted.
This shit is
or
so
in
wild.
Seattle, they went into Seattle. They took over a big percentage of the
I just
city of
can't.
Seattle. When are those people going to be prosecuted?
But let me just ask
You might ask her that question.
You were the president. You were watching.
This is why
it
you
unfold
need
on
to vote for
television.
Joe
It's
Biden.
a very simple question as we move forward toward
This is-
another election.
it's very important.
Is there anything you regret about what you did on that day? Yes, sir.
I had nothing to do with that other than they asked me to make a speech. I showed up for a speech.
I didn't do it.
I said, I think it's going to be big. I went to Nancy Pelosi and the mayor of Washington, D.C., and the mayor put it back in writing, as you know. I said, you know, this is going to be a very big rally or whatever you want to call it. And again, it wasn't done by me. It was done by others. I said, I'd like to give you 10,000
I really hope she has a good response to this.
soldiers. They rejected me. Nancy Pelosi rejected me.
Call
It
his
was
penis
just
small, please.
2 weeks ago. Her daughter has a tape of her saying she is
Oh my
fully
gosh, it's
responsible
not even
for what
true.
happened.
He's
They
just
want to get rid of
lying.
that tape. It would have never happened if Nancy Pelosi and the mayor of Washington did their jobs. I wasn't responsible for security. Nancy Pelosi was responsible. She didn't do her job.
The question was about you as president, not about former Speaker Pelosi. But I do want Vice President Harris to respond here.
My God. Nancy mentioned...
I was at the Capitol on January 6th. I was the vice president-elect. I was also an acting senator. I was there. And on that day, the President of the United States incited a violent mob to attack our nation's capital.
It was planned.
Our nation's
We know it was
capital.
planned.
On that day, 140
He was texting the guys,
officers were
Rudy.
injured, and some died.
She was
and
there.
Understand, the former president has been indicted and impeached
caught.
for exactly that reason. But this is not an isolated situation.
He's pissed.
Let's remember Charlottesville, where there was a mob of people carrying tiki torches, spewing anti-Semitic hate. And what did
We all just got caught up in the hullabaloo, dude.
Say?
It was
There
a
were
fun
fine
day.
people on each side. Let's remember that when it came to the Proud Boys, a militia, the president said, the former president said, stand back and stand by. So for
Why is he
everyone
shaking his
watching
head?
who remembers
We
what
watched
January
it. It's the
6th
same
was,
viewers, bro. It's the
I
debate.
say we don't have to go back.
Let's
not go back. We're
They
not
have you
going
on
back.
camera.
It's time to turn the page. And if that was a bridge too far for you, well, there is a place.
They were going to hang
in
Mike Pence.
our campaign for
Okay, that
you
would have been kind of
to
funny if they actually
stand
got to do that, though, to be
for
fair.
country,
But, I mean, at the end of the day,
to stand
not a
for
good
our
call.
democracy, to stand for rule of law, and to end the chaos, and to end the approach that is about attacking the foundations of our democracy because you don't like the outcome. And be clear on that point. Donald Trump, the candidate, has said in this election there will be a bloodbath if this and the outcome of this election is not to his liking.
A bubble bath?
Let's turn the page on
Sorry,
this.
my
Let's
audio
not go
cut out.
back. Let's chart a course for the future and not go backwards to the past.
Let me just follow up here.
It was a different term, and it was a term that related to energy because they have destroyed our energy business. That was where bloodbath was. Also, on
What?
Charlottesville, that story has been, as you would say, debunked. Laura Ingraham, Sean Hannity, Jesse, all
Wow,
of
really
these
the peak
people,
of journalism
they
there,
covered it.
Donald.
If they go an extra sentence, they will see
Jesse
it was
Waters,
perfect.
Laura
It was
Ingraham.
debunked in almost every newspaper, but they still bring it up, just like they bring 2025 up. They bring all of this stuff up. I ask you this. You talk
Tim
about
Pool,
the
Dave
Capitol.
Rubin.
Why are we allowing these millions of people to come through on the southern border? How come she's not doing anything? And I'll tell you what I would do, and I would be very proud to do it. I would say we would both leave this debate right now. I'd like to see her go down to Washington, D.C. during this debate because we're wasting a lot of time. Go down to, because she's been so bad, it's so ridiculous. Go down to Washington, D.C. and let her sign a bill to close up the border because they have the right to do it. They don't need bills. They have the right to do it. The President of the United States, you'll get him out of bed, you'll wake him up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you'll say, come on down to the office, let's sign a bill.
Bro.
If he signs a bill
He's
that the
losing it,
border
man.
is closed, all he has to do is say it to the Border Patrol, who are phenomenal. If they do that,
When are they
the
going to talk
border
about
is
like the litter
closed.
boxes
Those
and like
people
the
are killing
school
many
restroom?
people, unlike J6.
We talked immigration here tonight. I do want to focus on this next issue to both of you because it really brings us this into focus, truth in these times that we're living in. Mr. President, for 3.5 years after you lost the 2020 election, you repeatedly falsely claimed that you won, many times saying you won in a landslide. In the past couple of weeks leading up to this debate, you have said, quote, you lost by a whisker, that you, quote, didn't quite make it, that you came up a little bit short.
I said that?
Are you now acknowledging that you lost in 2020?
No, I don't acknowledge that at all.
But
I
you
said
did
that
say
sarcastically.
That.
You know that.
I was
said,
just
we
joking.
Lost by a whisker. That was said sarcastically. Look,
I
there's
was
so much
just
proof.
joking.
All you have to do is look at it. And they should have sent it back to the
Wait,
legislatures
I'm back on
for
his side
approval.
now, actually.
I got almost 75 million votes, the most votes any sitting president has ever gotten. I was told if I got 63, which was what I got in 2016, you can't be beaten. The election, people should never be thinking about an election as fraudulent. We need two things. We need
This is
walls.
so crazy.
We need, and we have to have it. We have to have borders, and we have to have good elections. Our elections are bad. And a lot of these illegal immigrants coming in, they're trying to get them to vote. They can't even speak English. They don't even know what country they're in practically.
Oh, God forbid
And these
someone tries to
people are
move to
trying
America
get them
and
to
can't
vote.
speak
And
English.
that's why they're allowing them to come into our country.
I did watch all of these pieces of video. I didn't detect the sarcasm, lost by a whisker. We didn't quite make it. And we should just point out here as clarification, and you know this, you and your allies, 60 cases in front of many judges, many of them
I can't hate on that. That is the rule of the chat room as well. So, you know.
That's the other thing.
They
said we didn't have
can't say I
standing,
disagree.
a technicality. Can you imagine a system where a person in an election doesn't have standing? The president
keep an
of the
eye out.
United States doesn't have standing. That's how we lost. If you look at the facts, and I'd love to have you'll do a special on it. I'll show you Georgia, and I'll show you Wisconsin, and I'll show you Pennsylvania, and I'll show you. We have so many facts and statistics, but you know what? That doesn't matter because we have to solve the problem that we have right now. That's old news.
Watching the debates through my favorite modern-day news medium, the Connor Eats Pants stream. Thank you, bro. We try to keep a good centrist,
put it into decline.
politically
we have a
neutral
nation that is dying, David.
Mr.
commentary
President,
here.
thank you. Vice President Harris, you heard the president there tonight. He said he didn't say that he lost by a whisker. So he still believes he did not lose the election that was won by President Biden and yourself. But I do want to ask you about something that's come up in the last couple of days. This was a post from President Trump about this upcoming election just weeks away. He said, when I win, those people who cheated, and then he lists donors, voters,
You're
election
V-mogging
officials,
Hassan?
he
Yeah,
says
I
will be
know.
prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, which will include long-term prison sentences. One of your campaign's top lawyers responded saying, we
The
won't let
nation is
Donald Trump
dying,
intimidate
David.
us.
I'm not sure
We
if you
won't let
heard.
him suppress the vote. Is that what you believe he's trying to do here?
Donald Trump was fired by 81 million people. So let's be clear about that.
Oh,
And
he
clearly
gets so
is having a
mad when
very
she like
difficult
uses
time
his own
processing
shit
that.
against him, bro. It's so
But
funny.
we cannot afford to have a president of the United States who attempts, as he did in the past, to upend the will of the voters in a free and fair election. And I'm going to tell you that I have traveled the world as Vice President of the United States, and world leaders are laughing at Donald Trump. I have talked with military leaders,
That's
some of
true.
whom work with you, and they
That is-
say you're a disgrace.
That is true.
And when
But it's
you
just because he's
then
a funny
talk
guy
in
that
this
has good
way
vibes in the room,
in
though.
a presidential
Like, he's
debate
misrepresenting
and
that.
deny what over and over again are
He's just a
court
fun. He's a
cases you
little,
have
little
lost
class clown, bro.
because you did in fact
can't have
lose
fun
that
anymore?
election. It leads one to believe that perhaps we do not have in the candidate to my right the temperament or the ability to not be confused about fact. That's deeply troubling, and the American people deserve better.
I'll give you 1 minute to respond, Mr. President.
Let me just say about world leaders. Viktor Orban, one of the most respected men. They call him a strong man. He's a tough person.
Nobody likes
Smart.
that dude, man.
Prime Minister of Hungary.
No one
They
gives a
said,
shit
why
about
is
Hungary.
The whole world blowing up. 3 years ago, it wasn't. Why is
Nobody
it blowing
likes
up?
Viktor
He
Orban
said,
from
because
Hungary, man.
You need Trump back as president. They were afraid of him. China was afraid, and I don't like to use the word afraid, but I'm just quoting him. China was afraid of him. North Korea was afraid of him. Look at what's going on with North Korea, by the way. He said Russia was afraid of him. I ended the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, and Biden put it back on day one, but he ended the XL pipeline. The XL pipeline in our country, he ended that. But he let the Russians build a pipeline going all over Europe and heading into Germany, the biggest pipeline in the world. Look, Viktor Orban.
She goes,
said
yeah,
it.
and you got
He
the
said
smallest
most
pipeline in the
respected,
world.
Most feared
Boom.
person is
Boom.
Donald Trump. We had
Put
no
me in the
problems
coaching
when
room for
Trump was
Kamala next time.
president. But when this weak, pathetic man that you saw at a debate just a few months ago, that if he weren't in that debate, he'd be running instead of her. She got no votes. He got 14 million votes. What you did, you talk about a threat to democracy. He got 14 million votes, and they threw him out of office. And you know what? I'll give you a little secret. He hates her. He can't stand her. But he got 14 million votes. They threw him out. She got 0 votes. And when she ran, she was the first one to leave because she failed. And now she's running. I don't understand it, but I'm okay with it because
your time is up.
I think we're going to do very well.
We've got a lot more to get to.
Turning now to the Israel-Hamas war and
here we go. I want to hear from both of you motherfuckers on this.
Among them, Vice President Harris, in December, you said, quote, Israel has a right to defend itself, but you added, quote, it matters how, saying international humanitarian law must be respected. Israel must do more to protect innocent civilians. You said that 9 months ago. Now an estimated 40,000 Palestinians are dead. Nearly 100 hostages remain. Just last week, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said there's not a deal in the making. President Biden has not been able to break through the stalemate. How would you do it?
Well, let's understand how we got here. On October 7, Hamas, a terrorist organization, slaughtered 1,200 Israelis. Many of them young people who were simply attending a concert. Women were horribly raped. And so absolutely, I said then, I say now, Israel has a right to defend itself. We would. And how it does so matters. Because it is also true, far too many innocent Palestinians have been killed.
She's not throwing.
Children,
I mean, listen,
mothers.
chat, for what it's worth, as much as we might disagree with the rhetoric here, like, unfortunately, like, from a political standpoint, she kind of just has to, I think, say that.
Is we need a ceasefire
but I wish
deal
she was
and we need
more
the hostages out.
Openly
and so we will continue to work around the clock on
anti-Netanyahu
that.
and shit.
Work around the clock, also understanding that
if she was just like
a course
you know,
for a two-state
our left
solution.
on it, then it'd be too easy for the media to be like, oh, she hates Israel.
Security for the Israeli people and Israel, and in equal measure for the Palestinians. But the one thing I will assure you always, I will always give Israel the ability to defend itself, in particular as it relates to Iran and any threat that
she doesn't
Iran
have
and
the
its
jester's privilege like Connor eats pants, you know?
But we must have a two-state
She doesn't get to tell Benjamin Netanyahu to kill himself live on the air.
Where the Palestinians have security, self-determination, and the dignity they so rightly deserve.
President Trump, how would you negotiate with Netanyahu and also Hamas in order to get the hostages out and prevent the killing of more innocent civilians in Gaza?
If I were president, it would have never started. If I were president, Russia would have never, ever, I know Putin very well, he would have never, and there was no threat of it either, by the way, for 4 years, have gone into Ukraine
That's your man's.
and killed millions of people when you add it up.
This wasn't about Ukraine, bro. We're not talking about Ukraine, man. That's going to be a different question, man.
Israel, all of a sudden,
wrong war,
she hates
bro.
Israel. She wouldn't even meet with Netanyahu when he went to Congress.
She doesn't
to make
hate
a very
Israel
important
enough,
speech.
bro.
She refused to be there because she was at a sorority party.
Wait, that's
of hers.
awesome.
She wanted to go to the sorority party.
Wait, that's sick.
She hates Israel. If she's president, I believe that Israel will
She
not
didn't meet with
exist
Netanyahu
within 2
to go to
years
a
from now.
sorority
I've been
party?
pretty good at predictions, and I hope I'm wrong about that one.
Which one?
She hates Israel.
Which
At the
sorority
same
is
time,
she
in her
fucking
own
with?
way, she hates the Arab population because the whole place is going to get blown up.
She hanging out with like Alpha
Arabs,
Phi? Where's she going, bro?
Jewish people,
Who's she know?
Israel
Kappa
will be
Beta?
gone. It would have never
Damn.
happened.
I didn't know
Iran
she had
was
sway like
broke
that.
under Donald Trump. Now Iran has $300 billion because they took off all the sanctions that I had. Iran had no money for Hamas or Hezbollah or any of the 28 different spheres of terror. And they are spheres of terror, horrible terror.
Spheres of
They had
terror.
no money. It was a big story, and you know it. You covered it very well, actually. They had no money for terror. They were broke. Now they're a rich nation, and now what they're doing is they're spreading that money around. Look at what's happening with the Houthis and Yemen. Look at what's going on in the Middle East.
Look at the
This would have
Hasanabi
never
stream.
happened. I will get
Timothy
that settled
Houthi,
and fast, and I'll get the
Timothy
war with
Chalamet.
Ukraine and Russia ended. If I'm president-elect, I'll get it done before even becoming president.
Vice President Harris, he says you hate Israel.
That's absolutely not true. I have my entire career and life supported Israel and the Israeli people. He knows that. He's trying to, again, divide
you've made that
and
clear.
distract from the reality, which is it is very well known that Donald Trump is weak and wrong on national security and foreign policy. It is well known that he admires dictators wants to be a dictator on day one, according to himself. It is well known that he said of Putin that he can do whatever the hell he wants and go into Ukraine. It is well known that he said when Russia went into Ukraine, it was brilliant. It is well known he exchanged love letters with Kim Jong-un. And it is absolutely well known that these dictators and autocrats are rooting for you to be president again because they're so clear. They can manipulate you with flattery and favors. And that is why so
Jerk
many
him off a little
military
bit.
leaders who you have worked
Give
with
him a hot
have told
two, am I
me
right?
you are a disgrace.
Topical.
That
You
is
know?
why
Who's heard
we
that meme, bro?
understand that we have to have a president who is not consistently weak and wrong on
Vice
national
President
Hey, if you don't
security,
get that
including
joke,
the
Google it,
importance
bro. It'll
of
make your day,
upholding
dude.
And
Look
respecting
it up.
in highest regard our military.
Vice President Harris, thank you.
They're the ones, and she's the one that caused it, that's weak on national security by allowing every nation last month for the year, 168
Say
different
that shit
countries
on camera?
sending people
Hell
into our
no.
country. Their crime rates are way down.
I'm literally
Putin
sunken into my
endorsed her
chair
last
having said
week,
that joke, by the way.
Said, I hope
Look where I
she
am.
wins. And I think he meant it because what he's gotten away with is absolutely incredible. It wouldn't have happened with me. The leaders of other countries think that they're weak and incompetent, and they are. They're grossly incompetent. And I just ask one question. Why does Biden go in and kill the Keystone Pipeline and approve the single biggest deal that Russia's ever made, Nord Stream 2, the biggest pipeline anywhere in the world going to Germany and all over Europe? Because they're weak.
Didn't
and
we
they're
blow that up?
ineffective.
Or
And Biden,
sorry,
by the way,
did
didn't
Ukraine
pay a
blow
lot
that
of
up?
money.
Thank you. We have a lot of issues to get
Forget.
We'll be right back with much more of this historic ABC News presidential debate from the National Constitution Center right here in Philadelphia. Back in a moment.
So what even matters about the pipeline that we apparently approved when we blew it the fuck up? But
The ABC News presidential debate will continue after this.
My Pillow ad, please.
It was a regular day for 19-year-old Melissa Witt.
Part 2 got leaked. Bro, this is crazy so far.
But she never makes it into the bone.
Good content, though.
My gut knew this was not a young girl who just ran away.
New information: pools of blood were found by detectives.
Sick share, bro. Thank you. Thank you for that.
You had several suspects.
All these kinds of leads.
A known serial killer in your area.
Why haven't they talked about the canceling of Concord yet? They'll probably get to it.
You're looking for that game-changing piece.
Her last hours on this earth.
I think. How you think?
A person can experience.
This beautiful young girl. Police will find out what happened.
Are they going to talk about the UFOs? We can only hope so, bro.
Baywatch is a fantasy. When you hear that theme song, it was a wild
This is a Baywatch commercial. What is this?
Jason Momoa exploded.
Carmen was a bombshell.
Pamela Anderson was an icon.
This is a Baywatch like retrospective.
Really proud of everything I've done. Almost.
Baywatch was
I don't get it.
epic highs and bitter lows.
Everyone likes to watch sexy things.
It is a Baywatch retrospective.
He's 54.
Yeah. It just seemed like I had met my soulmate.
What? The fuck is going on?
2020 is all new.
The 32-year-old former ballerina.
Ladies, that man 30 years your senior is not your soulmate. I don't know who needs to tell you.
Before. Why did you decide to talk now?
When they assign soulmates, it's not, they don't space them like that.
Central on ABC.
Did you see this?
Good morning, America. Good morning, America. Are you ready?
Good morning, America.
Covering the biggest events in the country right now. There's a lot going on.
You just relinked the same clip of me watching the. Okay, sick share, bro. Elmo! Wait, friend of the stream! Why am I getting like a baked-in YouTube ad that says this? This is weird. I've never seen this before. I do wonder like what the spin will be to like try to make it seem like Trump did okay here. She has to do so much more than he does to like be like seen by like the media as like having a good debate. Click the Bob 99 link. So many links, bro. It's like I'm playing Zelda. We saw this last stream.
Not that kind of shake. Healthy shake.
Oh. What's the Bob link? Bob's. +2 Biden. Did Biden get a +2 in? Did he get one?
I'm doing 9/11. Tomorrow I'm doing 9/11.
Whoa! 9/11 too. 2K viewers did the Pope raid? No. Pope didn't stream today.
What does it take to be the most watched newscast in America?
Give David Weir. Paul McCartney explodes and dies.
To live and let die. To live and let die.
That's funny, bro.
Live from the National Constitution Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Here again, David Muir and Lyndsay Davis.
Welcome back to this historic ABC News presidential debate.
I want that to happen at my funeral. Like we bring out my casket with like "Live and Let Die."
Into this conflict,
the fireworks.
It has been the position of the Biden administration that we must defend Ukraine from Russia, from Vladimir Putin, to defend their sovereignty, their democracy, that it's in America's best interest to do so, arguing that if Putin wins, he may be emboldened to move even further into other countries. You have said you would solve this war in 24 hours. You said so just before the break tonight. How exactly would you do that? And I want to ask you a very simple question tonight.
Putin is a virgin.
To win this war?
I want the war to stop. I want to save lives that are being uselessly, people being killed by the millions. It's the millions. It's so much worse than the numbers that you're getting, which are fake numbers. Look, we're in for 250 billion or more because they don't ask Europe, which is a much bigger beneficiary to getting this thing done than we are. They're in for $150 billion less because Biden and you don't have the courage to ask Europe like I did with NATO. They paid billions and billions, hundreds of billions of dollars when I said, either you pay up or we're not going to protect you anymore. So that's maybe one of the reasons they don't like me as much as they like weak people.
Didn't Trump literally say you need to like find like info on Hunter Biden with Burisma or else I won't financially support Ukraine?
To 100 to 150.
Which is why he got impeached.
They should be forced to equalize. With that being said, I want to get the war settled. I know Zelensky very well, and I know Putin very well. I have a good relationship, and they respect.
That'd be a crazy collab, though. Like reach across the aisle, like getting them in one room.
How would you respect him? Why? For what reason? He hasn't even made a phone call in 2 years to Putin. Hasn't spoken to anybody. They don't even try and get it. That is a war that's dying to be settled. I will get it settled before I even become president. If I win, when I'm president-elect. And what I'll do is I'll speak to one, I'll speak to the other, I'll get them together. That war would have never happened.
Wow.
And in fact, when I saw Putin,
wait, that's actually a pretty good plan.
Unfortunately, left because
that's good advice. You just need to like talk to people. Like if you have conflict or something's between like you, like
he did it after
talk
I
to
left.
people, bro.
I said, oh,
build a bridge.
It must be negotiating. It must be a good, strong point of negotiation. Well, it wasn't because Biden had no idea how to talk to him. He had no idea how to stop it. And now you have millions of people dead. And it's only getting worse, and it could lead to World War III. Don't kid yourself, David. We're playing with World War III, and we have a president that we don't even know if he's... Where is our president? We don't even know if he's a president.
And just to clarify
they
here...
threw him out of a campaign
Where
like
is
a
he?
dog. We don't even know. Is
He's
he
planning 9/11.
But we have a president...
He said it earlier today.
Doesn't know he's alive.
He's planning 9/11 right now.
Just to clarify in the question, Do you believe it's in the U.S. best interests for Ukraine to win this war, yes or no?
I think it's the U.S. best interest to get this war finished and just get it done.
All right.
Negotiate a deal, because we have to stop all of these.
It's crazy that he doesn't just like lie. Like he doesn't just say it to like appease like the question.
I want to get your thoughts on
like he can't even do that.
Ukraine in this moment, but also as commander-in-chief, if elected, how would you deal with Vladimir Putin, and would it be any different from what we're seeing from President Biden?
Well, first of all, it's important to remind the former president you're not running against Joe Biden, you're running against me. I believe the reason that Donald Trump says that this war would be over within 24 hours is because he would just give it up. And that's not who we are as Americans. Let's understand what happened here. I actually met with Zelensky a few days before Russia invaded, tried through force to change territorial boundaries, to defy one of the most important international rules and norms, which is the importance of sovereignty and territorial integrity. And I met with President Zelensky. I shared with him American intelligence about how he could defend himself. Days later, I went to NATO's eastern flank, to Poland and Romania. And through the work that I and others did, we brought 50 countries together to support Ukraine in its righteous defense. And because of our support, because of the air defense, the ammunition, the artillery, the javelins, the Abrams tanks that we have provided, Ukraine stands as an independent and free country. If Donald
she was giving him that shit, the life steal actually busted in its current state.
Understand what that would mean, because
just
Putin's agenda
bro, you're not even
is
good.
not just about Ukraine.
You wouldn't get it.
Understand why the European allies and our NATO allies are so thankful that you are no longer president, and that we understand the importance of the greatest military alliance the world has ever known, which is NATO, and what we have done to preserve the ability of Zelensky and the Ukrainians to fight for their independence.
So many Connor viewers died in Ukraine. This war must end. I agree.
With his eyes on the rest of Europe, starting with Poland.
Thankfully,
and why don't you tell the
they come back for the
800,000
debate
Polish
stream.
Americans
They're just
right
watching from the front lines.
How quickly you
We're
would
right back
give
to
up
where our average viewership
for
should
the
be.
sake of favor.
Remember to watch
and
me
what
play
you think is a
Deadlock and
friendship
Overwatch
with
and
what is known to be a
Astrobot, guys.
dictator who would eat you for lunch.
Vice President Harris, thank you. We've heard from both of you on Ukraine tonight. Afghanistan came up in the last hour. I wanted her to respond to something you said earlier. And now, please, I'll give you a minute here.
Putin would be sitting in Moscow, and he wouldn't have lost 300,000 men and women, but he would have been sitting in Moscow. Quiet, please. He would have been sitting in Moscow.
Quiet, please.
Much happier than he is right now. But eventually, you know, he's got a thing that other people don't have. He's got nuclear weapons. They don't ever talk about that. He's got nuclear weapons. Nobody ever thinks about that. And eventually, maybe he'll use them, and maybe
I think they think about
that threatening. But he does have that. Something we don't even like to talk about. Nobody likes to talk about it. But just so you understand, they sent her to negotiate peace before this war started. 3 days later, he went in and he started the war because everything they said was weak and stupid. They said the wrong things. That war should have never started.
Bro, they were already amassing troops on the border for like 3 months.
Negotiate with
they weren't just going to not.
And Putin, and she did. And the war started 3 days later. And that's the kind of talent we have with her. She's worse than Biden. In my opinion, I think he's the worst president in the history of our country.
Whoa.
She goes down as the worst vice president in the history of our country. But let me tell you something.
Well, she can't be worse than Mike Pence, who didn't do the right thing.
They sent her in to negotiate.
Come on, she's better than Mike.
They left. Putin did the invasion.
Mike didn't do the right thing.
You did bring up something. You said she went to negotiate with Vladimir Putin. Vice President
certified
Harris,
the
have you ever
vote.
met Vladimir Putin? Can you clarify tonight?
Yet again, I said it at the beginning of this debate, you're going to hear a bunch of lies coming from this fellow. And that is another one. When I went to meet with President Zelensky, I've now met with him over 5 times. The reality is it has been about standing as America always should, as a leader upholding international rules and norms, as a leader who shows strength, understanding that the alliances we have around the world are dependent on our ability to look out for our friends and not favor our enemies because you adore strongmen instead of caring about democracy. And that is very much what is at stake here. The President of the United States is commander-in-chief. And the American people have a right to rely on a president who understands
Why are you trying not to
the
laugh,
significance
Donald?
of America's role and responsibility in terms of ensuring that there is stability and ensuring we stand up for our principles and not sell them for the benefit of personal flattery.
Being disrespectful
We
as
talked
shit.
about Ukraine and Vladimir Putin. I do want to talk about Afghanistan. It came up in the first hour of this debate. I want to move on to Afghanistan.
Stoltenberg said Trump did the most amazing thing I've ever seen. He got these countries, the 28 countries at the time, to pay up. He said, I've never seen. He's the head of NATO. He said, I've never seen. For years, we were paying almost all of NATO. We were being ripped off by European nations, both on trade and on NATO. I got them to pay up by saying one of the statements you made before, if you don't pay, we're not going to protect you.
President
Otherwise,
Trump.
we would have never gotten it.
But
he said it was one
what
of the
about the
most
bacon
incredible
stores?
jobs that
I
he's
can't
ever
buy my
seen
favorite
done.
Thank
bacon.
you. I want to turn to Afghanistan. It came up in the first hour of the debate, and we witnessed a poignant moment today on Capitol Hill, honoring the soldiers who died in the chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan. I do want to ask the Vice President, do you believe you bear any responsibility in the way that withdrawal played out?
Well, I will tell you, I agreed with President Biden's decision to pull out of Afghanistan. 4 presidents said they would, and Joe Biden did. And as a result, America's taxpayers are not paying the $300 million a day we were paying for that endless war. And as of today, there is not one member of the United States military who is in active duty in a combat zone in any war zone around the world, the first time this century. But let's understand how we got to where we are. Donald Trump, when he was president,
Well, it sounds like we're wasting our money then.
one of the weakest
That's what
deals
that
you can imagine. He calls himself a
So we got more
deal
money
maker.
to give to
Even
Ukraine.
his national security advisor said
Sounds like we got
it
money
was
to
a
throw
weak,
around.
terrible deal. And here's how it went down. He bypassed the Afghan government. He negotiated directly with a terrorist organization called the Taliban.
Sub
the
up,
negotiation
goddamn.
involved the Taliban getting 5,000 terrorists,
1,000
Taliban terrorists
ads?
released. And get this, get this.
I can't
And
see.
the president at the time invited the Taliban to Camp David, a place of storied significance for us as Americans.
Wait,
a
he
place
invited the
where we
Taliban to Camp
honor
David?
The importance of American diplomacy, where we invite and receive respected world
That's actually
leaders.
kind of lit.
And this former president, as president, invited them
She was about to say it, bro.
to
She was
Camp
about to sling
David
it.
because he does not again appreciate the role and responsibility of the President of the United States to be commander-in-chief with a level of respect. And this gets back to the point of how he has consistently disparaged and demeaned members of our military, fallen soldiers, and the work that we must do to uphold the strength and the respect of the United States of America around the world.
Vice President Harris, thank you. President Trump, your response to her saying that you began the negotiations with the Taliban.
So if you take a look at that period of time,
Dude, I'm telling
Taliban
you,
was
my
killing
Taliban
our
HGTV,
soldiers,
not
a
HGTV,
lot of them,
TLC
with
reality show
snipers.
idea is still one of my best
And
ideas
I got
ever.
involved with the Taliban.
It's still like
because
one
the
of my
Taliban
best
was doing
ideas
the killing.
of all time.
That's the fighting force within
Does it
Afghanistan.
have
They don't bother
like
doing
with the
that because,
Taliban like
they deal
forming
with
their
their
own
own people
government
all the
now? Like
time.
if you just put like a
But I got
TLC camera
involved.
crew there,
And
like you
Abdul
monitored like
was the
them
head of the
beginning
Taliban. He
to
is still the
govern
head
their
of
own
the
nation.
Taliban. And I
And
told
like learn
Abdul,
about like
"Don't
women's
do it
rights,
anymore. You
and
do
like
it
you just
anymore,
shot
you're
it
gonna
like
have
the
problems."
Office style.
And he said, "Why do you send me a picture of my house?" I said, "You're
Imagine,
gonna
bro.
have to figure that out, Abdul." And for 18 months, we had nobody killed. We did have an agreement negotiated by Mike Pompeo. It was a very good
Those are
agreement.
some wacky
The
fellas,
reason
dude.
it
Watch
was
that
good,
video of that
it
one like
was-
crazy British
we were getting
motherfucker
out. We
that
would
went
have
to
been out
like
faster than them, but we
went to
wouldn't have lost the
Afghanistan.
soldiers. We wouldn't have left many Americans behind, and we wouldn't have left $85 billion worth
he
of
saying?
brand new, beautiful military equipment behind. And just to finish, they blew it. The agreement said you have to do this, and they didn't do it. They didn't do it. The agreement was
Dude, I can't
terminated
believe he
by
did the
us
I'm speaking
because
thing and
they
it just
didn't
backfired
do
that bad.
what they were supposed to do.
I want to move on.
And these
That's so
people
wild
did
that
the
he- that's
worst
insane.
withdrawal. And in my opinion, the most embarrassing moment.
The crazy,
in the
the
history
annoying
of our
thing
country.
is that
And by the
bit
way,
still
that's why
lands with like
Russia
the lowest
attacked
common
Ukraine,
denominator of
because
person.
they saw how incompetent
Like they're like, yeah,
she
you got her.
and her boss are.
President Trump, thank you. I want to move on now to race and politics in this country. Mr. President, you recently said of Vice President Harris, quote, "I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black."
All right.
I want to ask a bigger picture question here tonight. Why do you believe it's appropriate to weigh in on the racial identity of your opponent?
I don't, and I don't care. I don't care what she is. I don't care. You make a big deal out of something. I couldn't care less. Whatever she wants to be is okay with me.
But those were your words, so I'm
asking. I don't know. I mean, all I can say is I read where she was
that's so
not
sweet.
black, that she put out, and I'll say that. And then I read that she was black, and that's okay. Either one was okay with me.
This looks so
That's up
bad
to
for
her.
him. Holy shit.
That's up to her.
Vice President Harris, your thoughts on this?
I think it's, I mean, honestly, I think it's a tragedy that we have someone who wants to be president who has consistently, over the course of his career, attempted to use race to divide the American people. You know, I do believe that the vast majority of us know that we have so much more in common than what separates us, and we don't want this kind of approach that is just constantly trying to divide us, and especially by race. And let's remember how Donald Trump started. He was land, he owned buildings, and he was investigated because he refused to rent property to black families. Let's remember, this is the same individual who took out a full-page ad in the New York Times.
She was trying to get it together.
Calling for the execution of 5 young black and Latino boys who were innocent, the Central Park 5. Took out a full-page ad calling for their execution.
She needs a
this
fireball
is the same
shot.
individual who spread
someone pour me down a double shot of
the
whiskey.
first black president of the United
Know what
States.
I'm saying?
And I think the American people want better than that, want better than this, want someone who understands,
some
as
jelly
I do,
roll in
I
here.
travel our country. We see in each other a friend. We see in each other a neighbor. We don't want a leader who is constantly trying to have Americans point their fingers at each other.
Shabuzi? Who's that?
I meet with people all the time who tell me, can we please just have discourse about how we're going to invest in the aspirations and the ambitions and the dreams of the American people? Knowing that regardless of people's
This is a fine
color
response,
or the
but low-key,
language
she
their
could have dunked on
grandmother
this way
speaks,
harder.
We all have the same
She had a
dreams
way
and
harder
aspirations
dunk
and want
cooking
a
than
president
she gave
who
here.
invest in those, not in hate and division.
Vice President Harris, thank you. Lindsay?
President Trump, this is now your 3rd time.
This is the most divisive presidency in the history of our country. There's never been anything like it. They're destroying our country, and they come up with things like what she just said.
Like
Going
those
back
things
many,
she
many
said.
years, when a lot of people, including Mayor Bloomberg, agreed with me on the Central Park 5, they admitted.
But who
they
the fuck
said
is
they
talking about
pled
Mike
guilty.
Bloomberg?
And I said, well, if they pled guilty, they badly hurt a person, killed a person ultimately. And if they pled guilty, then they pled, we're not guilty. But this is a person
Mike
that has
Bloomberg
to
reference.
stretch back years, 40, 50 years ago, because there's nothing now. I built one of the greatest economies in the history of the world, and I'm going to build it again. It's going to be bigger, better, and stronger. But they're destroying our economy. They have no idea what a good economy is. Their oil policies, every single policy. And remember this, she is Biden. You know, she's trying to get away from Biden. I don't know the gentleman, she says. She is Biden. The worst inflation we've ever had, a horrible economy because
What's the funny
inflation
Mike
has
Bloomberg
made
bit?
it
I
so
can't remember it. I
bad.
was going to pull it up.
And she can't get away with that.
Thank you. Your time is up, Lindsay.
Maybe I'm thinking Buttigieg
Briefly.
dance.
Clearly, I am not Joe Biden, and I am certainly not Donald Trump. And what I do offer is a new generation of leadership for our country. One who believes in what is possible.
Yes,
one who
Queen.
brings a sense of optimism about what we can do instead of always disparaging the American people. I believe in what we can do to strengthen our small businesses, which is why I have a plan. Let's talk about our plans and let's compare the plans. I have a plan to give startup businesses $50,000 tax deduction, to pursue their ambitions, their innovation, their ideas, their hard work.
How old is she?
I have a plan, $6,000 for young families for the first year of your child's life.
59.
To help you in that most critical stage of your child's development. I have a plan that is about allowing people to be able to pursue what has been fleeting in terms of the American dream by offering a help with down payment of $25,000 down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. That's the kind of conversation, I believe, David, that people really want
this guy don't
tonight,
know what to do.
as opposed to a conversation that is constantly
Like, can we
about
please talk about like
and
immigrants eating
name-calling.
dogs?
Let's turn the page
Can we go back?
and move forward.
Thank you. Let's turn to policy.
President
Let's
Trump,
turn
we
to
have
policy.
to move on. President Trump.
Let's turn to policy,
She
please.
has a plan to defund the police. She has a plan to confiscate
She's actually really
everybody's
pro-police,
gun.
Donald.
President Trump,
She
we
has
do
a
have to
plan
move
to
on to
not
other
Wait, that
allow
sounds-
fracking in Pennsylvania or anywhere else.
Okay.
That's
Mr.
what her
President.
plan is until just recently.
I just need
Lindsay,
to
go ahead.
respond
No,
because
Trump,
the
President
former
Trump.
president has
No,
said
I'm
something
sorry.
twice that I need to
No,
respond to.
I'm sorry. We're
I just
going
need
to move
respond
on, Vice
one
President
time
Harris.
to what he has
President
said
Trump, this is
multiple
now
times.
your
Yes.
third time running for president. You have long vowed to repeal and replace the
She doesn't
Affordable
get
Care
it.
Act, also known
Let women
as
talk.
Obamacare. You have failed to
I'm getting
accomplish
mad.
that.
I'm gonna go get a
Now
Modelo.
saying you're going to keep Obamacare, quote, unless we can do something much better. Last month, you said, quote, we're working on it. So tonight, 9 years after you first started running, do you have a plan, and can you tell us what it is?
Obamacare was lousy health care, always was. It's not very good today. And what I said, that if we come up with something, and we are working on things, we're going to do it and we're going to replace it. But remember this, I inherited Obamacare because Democrats wouldn't change it. They wouldn't vote for it. They were unanimous. They wouldn't vote to change it. If they would have done that, we would have had a much better plan than Obamacare. But the Democrats came up. They wouldn't vote for it.
No
I
Modelo
had a
time
choice
emote
to
in the
make when I
chat?
was president.
Don't have
Do I
that, but we
save
have
it
like
and make it as
30,000
good
cat
as it
emotes,
can be?
whatever.
Never going to be great.
That's
or
fine.
do I let it rot? And I felt I had an obligation, even though politically it would have been good to just let it rot and let it go away. I decided, and I told my people, the top people, and they're very good people. I have
They're
a lot
very-
of
they're
good
the best
in
people.
that administration. We read about the bad ones. We had some real bad ones, too, and so do they. They have really bad ones. The difference is they don't get rid of them. But let me just
How do you
explain.
vote for this motherfucker?
I had a choice to make. Do I save it and make it as good as it can be, or do I let it rot? And I saved it. I did the right thing.
Let it rot.
But it's still never going to be great, and it's too expensive for people. And what we will do is we're looking at different plans. If we can come up with a plan that's going to cost
I don't like that Modelo
our
time emote,
people,
too small.
our population, less money and
Too
be
small.
better
I
health
can't even
care than
tell.
Obamacare, then I would absolutely do it. But until then, I'd run it as good as it can be run.
So just a yes or no, you still do not have a plan.
I have concepts of a plan. I'm not president right now. But if we come up with
There's no
something,
way
I
you
would
just
only
said
change
that.
it if we come up with something that's better and
Oh
less
my
expensive.
God.
And there are concepts and options we have to do that. And you'll be hearing about it in the not-too-distant future.
Vice President
Oh
Harris, in
my
2017,
God.
you supported Bernie Sanders' proposal to do away with private insurance and create a government-run healthcare system. 2 years later, you proposed a plan that included a private insurance option. What is your plan today?
This is awesome.
Well, first of all, I absolutely support, and over the last 4 years as vice president, private health care
Hey,
options.
cheer-
But
oh, sorry.
what we need to do is maintain
wait.
and grow the
There we go.
Affordable Care Act. But I'll get to that, Lindsay. I
Cheers.
just need to respond to a previous point that the former president has made. I've made very clear my position
Oh,
on
shit.
fracking. And then this business about
broke
taking
it.
everyone's guns away. Tim Walz and I are
embarrassing.
both gun owners. We're not taking anybody's guns away. So stop with the continuous lying about this stuff. As it relates to
I
the
used the
Affordable
wrong
Care
end of the
Act,
bottle
understand,
opener.
just look at the history to know where people stand. When Donald Trump was president, 60 times he tried to get rid of the Affordable Care Act. 60 times. I was a senator at the time.
There we go.
When I will never forget the early morning hours.
Cheers.
When it was up for a vote in the United States Senate, and the late, great John McCain, who you have disparaged as being, you don't like him, you said, at the time because he got caught. He was an American hero. The late, great John McCain, I will never forget that night, walked onto the Senate floor and said, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't get rid of the Affordable Care Act. You have
That was
no
badass
plan.
when he did that.
And what
That
the
was actually-
Affordable
that
Care
was
Act
actually
has done
badass.
is eliminate the ability of insurance companies to deny people with pre-existing conditions. I don't have to tell the people watching tonight, you remember what that was like? Remember when an insurance company could deny if a child had asthma, if someone was a breast cancer survivor, if a grandparent had diabetes?
John
And
McCain from
thankfully,
Die Hard, yeah.
as I've been vice president and we, over the last 4 years, have strengthened the Affordable Care Act, we have allowed for the first time Medicare to negotiate drug prices on behalf of you, the American people. Donald Trump said he was going to allow Medicare to negotiate drug prices. He never did. We did. And now we have capped the cost of insulin at $35 a month. Since I've been vice president, we have capped the cost of prescription medication for seniors at $2,000 a year. And when I am president, we will do that for all people, understanding that the value I bring to this is that access to health care should be a right and not just a privilege of those who can afford it. And the plan has to be.
When are they going to talk about how my son came home from school as a girl because the nurse could change his gender?
In terms of where Donald Trump stands on that.
I want to move to an issue that's important for a lot
She made a mistake. Number one, John McCain fought Obamacare for 10 years. But it wasn't
Many
only
such
him.
cases,
It was
well.
all of the Democrats that kept it going. And you know what? We can do much better than Obamacare, much less money. But she won't improve private
say a
insurance
plan,
for
bro.
people, private medical insurance. That's another thing she doesn't want to get.
President
People
Trump-
are paying privately for insurance that have worked hard and made money, and they want to have private. She wants everybody to be on government insurance.
got
where you wait
concepts.
6 months for an operation that you need immediately.
President Trump, thank you. We have another issue that we'd like to get to that's important for a number of Americans, in particular younger voters, and that's climate change. President Trump, with regard to the environment, you say that we have to have clean air
Wait,
and
I thought
clean
this shit was
water.
fake.
Vice President Harris, you call climate change an existential threat. The question to you both tonight is, what would you do to fight climate change? And Vice President Harris, we'll start with you. 1 minute for you each.
Well, the former president had said that climate change is a hoax. And what we know is that it is very real. You ask anyone who lives in a state who has experienced these extreme weather occurrences, who now is either being denied home insurance or it's being jacked up. You ask anybody who has been the victim of what that means in terms of losing their home, having nowhere to go. We know that we can actually deal with this issue.
So what if
The
my
young
kids
people
are
of
going to
America
deal with
care
like
deeply
stronger
about this
hurricanes?
issue.
That's cool.
And I am
Storms
proud
are
that
interesting.
As Vice President over
There's
the
nothing
last
better
4
than
years,
not being
we
in
have
the storm and
invested
then
$1
watching the
trillion
Weather Channel during
in
an
a clean
active
energy
hurricane
economy,
situation,
while we have
and then
also
seeing the damage in real
increased
time.
domestic gas production to historic levels. We
As long
have
as nobody
created
gets hurt,
over
it's a good time.
800,000 new manufacturing jobs while I have been vice president. We have invested in clean energy to the point that we are opening up factories around the world. Donald Trump said he was going to create manufacturing jobs. He lost manufacturing jobs. And I'm also proud to have the endorsement of the United Auto Workers and Sean Fain, who also know that part of building a clean energy economy includes investing in American-made products, American automobiles. It includes growing what we can do around American manufacturing and opening up auto plants, not closing them like happened under Donald Trump.
Vice President Harris, thank you.
That didn't happen under Donald Trump. Let me just tell you,
It
they
didn't,
lost
nope.
10,000 manufacturing
Not
jobs
true.
this last month. It's going, they're all leaving. They're building big auto plants in Mexico, in many cases owned by China. They're building these massive plants, and they think they're going to sell their cars into the United States because of these people. What they have given to China is unbelievable. But we're not going to let that. We'll put tariffs on those cars.
I literally just thought, Fardamore, I was like, this chatter just like the worst thing I've ever seen. Whichever moderator clicks that link and clicks add emote, I'm immediately going to remove their privileges. That was honestly, you know, I haven't said anything since then because I was staring at the chat, waiting to see if any of you motherfuckers would add that.
You know, Biden doesn't go after people because supposedly China paid him millions of dollars. He's afraid to do it. Between him and his son, they get all this money from Ukraine. They get all this money from all of these different
countries. You made more
countries.
money off Saudi Arabia in like one deal alone than like Hunter Biden made in like his whole life.
Why did he get $3.5 million from the mayor of Moscow's wife? Why did she pay him $3.5 million? This is a crooked administration, and they're selling our country down the tubes.
President Trump, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with closing statements from both of our
Was
candidates.
Hunter
An
fucking
historic night,
Putin's
this
wife?
ABC News presidential debate.
Putin's
from
married to
Philadelphia.
like one of the former gymnasts from like 2008, right? It's like a secret though.
The ABC News
He, like-
presidential debate will
He like
continue
secretly
after
like
this.
married like one of those like famous gymnasts from like the Beijing Olympics. Apparently they have like secret kids. Don't leak, bro. Sorry, dude. I got Connor chatters on the front lines. I'm trying to end this war. Putin's nuts in your mouth. Super Tommy, that's my joke, bro. I made that joke on X. I made that joke the day before they invaded, and then they invaded. It might have been my fault, actually, in hindsight. You can check my Twitter. The day before Russia invaded, I said, Putin these nuts in your mouth on Twitter. Pull it up. In the logs. Also, this song goes crazy. This is the Michael Bloomberg bit you were looking for. Here it is.
Bloomberg. Bloomberg. Bloomberg.
Yay! Like Bloomberg. Oh, it's his year. We love Michael Bloomberg. Wait, from ConnorEatsPants, Putin? Wait, where's the tweet? Can I see it? I promise you I made this tweet. Okay, the search just isn't working on Twitter. Oh wait, no, I found it. I just had to search by latest. X's search function is broken. Look at this. Day before. Ted vouch? I think I was staying in a house with Ted this weekend. Yeah, this was when I was, because it happened when I was in LA. Visiting.
On ABC. Nominations, mornings, evenings, late night.
It was 3 days before? Oh man, I really am in touch with her current events, aren't I?
Thank you for making ABC News America's #1 news.
Get ready, America, every Friday.
The hottest trends, styles, and must-have. What's the right stuff to buy right now? I really love that. It's time to buy the right
Hasta
stuff.
la vista.
And save big time, too.
Let
The
us think
right
about
stuff.
you.
Fridays on GMA.
Isn't that song
You're gonna
from
love it.
Camp Rock? Am I crazy?
This is Impact by Nightline.
Are you kidding me?
My sense was that everybody around him was afraid.
How are they playing a Camp Rock song? I guess this is a Disney Channel, technically.
A secret abortion that not even her family knew about.
What?
What's going on with Kate?
What is the relationship like between Harry and William today? What did people start to say?
You look great. Are you on Ozempic?
I told the kids, I said, I'm not even gonna let you eat breakfast until you get your chores done. She talks about tough love and harsh punishment.
Not the JonTron what impression.
I think Scott Peterson.
I just call that out, bro. I want to apologize for my JonTron what impression on the stream.
Accepted abuse? Yep, that's him.
That was a dog whistle for my JonTron fan chatters.
Protect sexual predators?
How do you top the most watched season yet?
Fabulous.
It's a bit erotic, a bit exotic. You have no idea.
Impact
So exotic.
by Nightline. The all-new season premieres this September, only on Hulu.
If you were coming of age in the
Cilantro Daddy,
1980s,
thank you for the
Brat
sub. Dude, we got a lot of
Pack
subs
was
today.
near
Thank
the
you guys.
center of your
Holy shit.
cultural awareness. But for those of us experiencing it from the inside, the Brat Pack was something very different. If you could have the Brat Pack name not exist, would you?
Bro, these ads are crazy, bro.
Disaster.
Like if you're like between the age of like 42 and like 55, like this seems really exciting.
1985, I think we could have.
Let's go.
Oh, Rob Lowe!
We are heading into the unknown.
Oh my gosh.
We just saw what no one has seen before.
Isn't Rob Lowe a pedophile? I have no idea. I haven't heard that.
Doesn't get
But
any more cutting edge than this.
look up QAnon, and you might find some interesting stuff, bro. Turns out all of Hollywood is, bro.
The Republican National Convention. I'm Rachel Scott. Wherever the story is, we'll take you there.
Do you guys see
We're
that
streaming
Q
ABC News
Storm
Live.
account is like just fucking with people now, like entirely? Like they've given up on just tweeting about like the blackout.
In Philadelphia,
they started tweeting like
here again.
They've just gone off the deep end.
Lyndsey Davis.
Welcome back.
Pull your beds off the walls immediately.
And Vice President Harris.
Unplug all electronics.
So
if you haven't already done so, break the screen to your cell phone now. Break the screen to your cell phone now.
One that is focused on the future, and the other that is focused on the past, and an attempt to take us backward. But we're not going back. And I do believe that the American people know we all have so much more in common than what separates us.
Are you the admin for the account?
And we can chart a new way forward. And a vision of that includes having a plan, understanding the aspirations, the dreams, the hopes, the ambition of the American people, which is why I intend to create an opportunity economy, investing in small businesses, in new families, in what we can do around protecting seniors, what we can do that is about giving
I mean, it's great that she's saying all this, but like we're literally watching in real time as the Xbox brand dies to PlayStation. Like we're losing our gaming infrastructure solely to foreign nations, and they're both just sitting here letting it happen.
That we have the respect that we so rightly deserve, including
like where are the gamers right now?
Like where, and ensuring we have the most lethal fighting force in the world.
There's not going to be an Xbox Series 2. It's not going to happen.
Fundamental rights and freedoms, including the right of a woman to make decisions about her own body and not have her government tell her what to do. I'll tell you, I started my career as a prosecutor. I was a DA. I was an attorney general.
They're not even making Halo games,
and now
man.
Vice President. I've only had one client, the people. And I'll tell you, as a prosecutor, I never asked a victim or a witness, are you a Republican or a Democrat? The only thing I ever asked them, are you okay? And
I ask that to every person I hire, actually. Is that
someone
legal?
Who cares about you and is not putting themselves first. I intend to be a president for all Americans and focus on what we can do over the next 10 and 20 years.
I don't even like hire based off of it. I just like making conversation.
Our country by investing right now
like talking to
in
people.
you, the American people.
Vice President Harris, thank you. President Trump?
So she just started by saying she's going to do this, she's going to do that, she's going to do all these wonderful things.
Why didn't you do it? You were the vice president with no power.
Why hasn't she done it? She's been there for 3.5 years. They've had 3.5 years to fix the border. They've had 3.5 years to create jobs and all the things we talked about. Why hasn't she done it? She should leave right now, go down to that beautiful White House, go to the Capitol, get everyone together and do the things you want to do, but you haven't done it, and you won't do it because you believe in things that the American people don't believe in. You believe in things like we're not going to frack. We're not going to take fossil fuel. We're not going to do things that are going to make this country strong, whether you like it or not. Germany tried that, and within 1 year, they were back to building normal.
You could probably convince like a good chunk of conservatives that fracking is like the act of like is like sexual acts that aren't missionary.
Bad vision. But I just ask one
you could probably
simple
convince
question.
them of that.
Why?
Like it's close enough to like the word fuck.
We're a failing nation.
They won't let you
nation
frack.
That's in serious decline. We're being laughed at all over the world. All over the world, they're laughed. I know the leaders very well. They're coming to see me. They call me. We're laughed at all over the world. They don't understand what happened to us as a nation. We're not a leader. We don't have any idea what's going on.
Do not frack.
We have wars going on in the Middle East. We have wars going on with Russia and Ukraine. We're going to end up in a third world war.
Isn't that what it is?
A war like no other because of nuclear weapons, the power of weaponry. I rebuilt our entire military. She gave a lot of it away to the Taliban. She gave it to Afghanistan. What these people have done to our country, and maybe toughest of all, is allowing millions of people to come into our country. Many of them are criminals, and they're destroying our country. The worst president, the worst vice
snot
president
on his nose.
in the
Oh my God, he does,
of our
bro.
country.
President Trump, thank you. And that is our ABC News presidential debate from here in Philadelphia at the National Constitution Center.
He had a booger, bro.
I'm Lyndsey Davis.
And I'm David Muir. Thank you for watching here in the U.S. and all over the world, and from all of us here at
Damn,
ABC
this
News.
sucked? I don't know. I thought this was kind of awesome. Nice audio, bro. Jesus.
And we are here live on ABC with our post-debate
She kinda
comments. I'm Martha Raddatz. It was a lively debate.
Could she have done better? Sure. Could she be a better candidate? Absolutely.
To Afghanistan,
all I care about is the motherfucker on the left, not
John
like
Carl, fiery,
ruining all my trans friends' lives or like deporting undocumented people just because they're undocumented. Or
I'm Jonathan Carl here.
It's just like really simple stuff.
Mary
Like
Bruce and Rachel Scott.
Just like very baseline.
Across the news division have been updating our live blog, looking at some of the allegations made back and forth, doing fact checks. You can find all of that on abcnews.com. But I would like to replay the moment.
The news really got you for real. Yeah, Super Tommy, I'm a fucking shill, bro.
Because it was quite a moment. The handshake. And if you look...
Harris. Let's have a good debate.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Did he say have fun?
I mean, quite a moment, first of all, because we hadn't seen a handshake. We hadn't seen a handshake in a long time.
She initiated that one.
And
Yeah, she did.
I mean, not only did she initiate it, she
what is the social analysis by ABC News?
Out, put the hands out,
this is the post-game report.
And probably had a plan if he hadn't put his hand out either.
Interesting.
Turn the Fox.
The bottom line.
I want to see some of those first.
I think clearly what Kamala Harris wanted to do was be the candidate of hope, the candidate of the future. Donald Trump
that was Obama,
seemed
bro.
Angry.
Obama was the hope
4
guy.
minutes, I think we saw him going from very serious at the beginning, never really seemed to look at her, to just angry. I mean, really yelling
not to laugh,
at some
bro?
points, trying to make
Yo, if Speed collab with Kamala, that'd be viral as fuck. That'd be so. That'd be a banger. That'd be so much more than the Aiden Trump stream.
Despite those
Speed jumps over a car with Kamala.
But what you had was that optic. You had Kamala Harris looking over.
I show Speed mends the bridge with women.
And again.
Oh, that'd be awesome, bro.
The microphones were muted when they weren't speaking, but many times she didn't need a microphone. You watch Donald Trump get mad, scowl through things. And, you know, John, we were all talking leading up to this about how this would go, what Donald Trump you would see. I think he had a plan for talking about what he saw as a next term. But
see what they're talking about over here. Won't work. Fox News, your stream's down, bruh. What about Daily Wire?
Couldn't resist going after her about the crowd size, about January 6th, about the election of 2020. These are all distractions. The only thing that mattered tonight for Donald Trump was defining her, and he did not define her, which means that I still check the calendar. We still have a couple months till the election. She's going to have to be defined. The big takeaway from this is not going to be about Trump, who still remains Trump. And it's really not going to be about Harris, who performed the best I think it's possible for Kamala Harris to perform, which is to say she was fairly obnoxious. She lied a lot. She said a lot of things that were untrue. She was never called on any of that. The big takeaway is going to be the continued destruction of the legacy media on behalf of the Democratic Party. The legacy media have decided full scale. They are now apparatchiks of the Democratic Party. They are so far up Kamala Harris's ass that they're doing active colonoscopies with their eyeballs. It's unbelievable watching David Muir ask questions to Donald Trump like, why are you so bad and orange and mean? And then turning to Kamala Harris and saying, and why is he so bad and orange and mean? It's absolutely insipid and totally insane. The media tonight were beyond the worst expectations that I had for them. I thought that they were going to do like a baseline, creditable job because CNN did.
They did.
Jake Tapper and Dana Bash actually did that in the last debate. They actually
like a credible job from like any report. Like, you need to stop treating the motherfucker like it's normal for him to just like lie about shit, bro. Like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be like very like, I hate like Trump, but I don't have TDS, bro. I swear, dude. I don't have Trump derangement syndrome. I don't, bro. But like, you can't just like say things that just aren't true.
They did not say that that was a lie. She said that he had said that he was going to unleash a bloodbath on the country if he lost. That's a full-scale lie. They never fact-check a single thing that she did the entire night. And actually, that helps Trump.
TDS,
and it helps Trump for a very simple reason. If you are a Trump fan, and if you think that Trump didn't actually perform unbelievably well tonight, which I think is true, I don't think he did an amazing job tonight, the easy out is, yeah, because the media were targeting him.
True. Why is the Fox News stream not working, bruh? Anybody got a working Fox News link? Kick.com/Aiden Ross.
Shows Harris was able in
Oh my
multiple
God, I
moments
found
throughout
like
this
Fox
debate
News
to
2.
effectively
Who the
point
hell
at
are these
Trump,
people?
take the attention away from the issues that she's been gaining some heat
This
on
can't be
in the
right.
campaign.
All right, Tom, Catherine, we're going to rely on you for
Who the
quite
hell
some
are
time here,
y'all?
but we do have some of these campaign surrogates in the
Got
spin
the
room
B team
talking
on.
to reporters there, including Republican Senator from Arkansas, Tom Cotton. Let's listen.
Fox News Live.
Well, I haven't seen any of the other commentary. I think President Trump laid out a clear...
I think President Trump laid out a clear plan. Did a good job. I think, maybe. Oh, I got an ad for wine in front of my Fox News stream.
Panel, thank you very much. That wraps our coverage for tonight. We'll have much more analysis on Sunday on Fox News Sunday. We'll see you then.
On Sunday?
Night. And now back to more on
It's
the local Fox
Tuesday.
station.
Where are you going for 5? Like, where are you going?
This has been a Fox News special presentation.
Okay, well, good stream, I guess. Thanks. They don't give a fuck. Streets are talking about this. Let's see. Let's see. Fox couldn't even glaze them. Yeah, they weren't able to.
Just one look at
What is this? What did you just link me?
and I know it's gonna be
Another shitty cat emote, bro? You feel big?
just one look at you.
Feel big with this one? I was just about to cancel the plan, but you know what? I can't do that to you. Wait, here's Fox. You got it? Never mind. Wait, I just watched Fox. It didn't work. Here's what we're doing. I ain't leaving the stream without a deadlock win, fellas. All right? You're going to get one out of me, for at least. You're going to get one. For the fans. For the fucking fans. What should my deadlock title be? Apparently the face of deadlock isn't, like, doing very well for it. You know what? I'm going to keep it. I don't care what they say. I am the face of deadlock. I am. Will you play Astrobot one day like you promised? Yes, tomorrow, I think. I'm pretty sure. Provided I don't have plans come up tomorrow night. Viewers back to the front lines. Bro, don't you hate when you're like when your general of your platoon like makes you turn off the ConnorEatsPants stream when he switches to deadlock? Isn't that like that's what I'm trying to watch? Like, dude, right before the good part. All the time, man. It's so annoying, dude. Where we're at right now. We're at 1,600 on Twitch and 1,300 on YouTube. I'm going to check back after this game. And we're going to report back and see if any of those platforms have 4 digits still. We will see. Oh, yeah, I was trying to learn new characters last night.
Good luck, buddy.
I was learning new shit. I was doing new things.
No one but Fred.
You in there. You in there.
You know it's bad when they don't
I like you. A couple more. Play Lash. Lash is fun. Mods, I'm sincerely sorry for what I said about Trump to get timed out. What'd you... Let me check your logs, bro. What'd you say? You said, I can't stop looking at his neck's Trump ussy. That was a good timeout. That was good. Your fact that you can't type ussy comments in the current year, bro. Arguably ever. I don't think it was ever really funny. Can I post an edit of your Office Among Us stream? 35-minute vid, first time editing? DM it to me. Maybe I'll post it or something. The election end already? Yeah, I won. No, I'm playing. RFK won. Super Tommy, why did you just copy his message, bro? For those that haven't seen Deadlock yet, this is the next big thing.
Let's stack
Many
up
people
some
are
bombs.
saying. Game's awesome and lit. You're one of the best streamers on Twitch these days. Thanks, Prezzo. We mean that. Thanks. Thanks, man. Thank you. Are you gonna be at TwitchCon? I still need to buy a ticket and get a hotel.
Despite your exterior, you know in your heart that the walls are closing in. That all
So the answer is no.
the retin. Complete the ritual.
I can't tell if you're reading that from chat. No, I mean, that's literally what my situation is. My god, I'm too drunk for Deadlock, bro. The Modelo's talking, man. Fuck. What's your Wraith build? It's really good. Glad you asked. Oh, go fuck yourself, bro. Build Tua. That's not good at all. -2 from you, bro. You have to make it at least sound like the original, or else there's no joke at all. Bro, if someone could just pour me a double shot of whiskey, man. Bro, he is poking the shit out of me, man.
I'll slip through those fingers. They can't outrun my mind.
You should punch the minions so he can't steal. I mean, that would be ideal if like I was close enough to them, but I'm not. Oh shit.
Time to move.
Oh! I don't have enough souls yet.
I can get some new gear.
How may I be of service?
Yeah, I think that's... Dude, he's... Leave me alone, bro! This guy wants me so bad, dude. I'm going back. Should have bought healing right for a quick heal. I never buy healing right. That's for losers and pussies. Not there's anything wrong with being a pussy. But not me, bro. Yo, Rich Roy, how are you, bro? Infatuated with my deadlock gameplay? Not surprised. Not the first one. A lot of girls online been talking about my deadlock gameplay. Talk of the town. I don't know, the character you're playing sucks, not gonna lie. I think you're really stupid if you think that, honestly, bro. I think you're probably a really bad player and you should watch more of my gameplay. Maybe you'll learn a thing or two. Where's the music? Can a guy not just deadlock in on a fucking Tuesday night after a presidential debate? Like, Jesus, bro.
Good luck.
Ow.
Not today.
Oh, he's poking this tower. Leave it alone, man. When did you get 2,200 subs? Today, bro. People like the debate. Where were you the whole debate, bro? Were you here? You got a different political streamer you watch these days, Ebola, man. You watching Destiny, bro? I know you're an LSF frog. Missed my 3-year resub. I did miss a good bit earlier. Thank you, Decaf. Best political streamer. Thank you, bro. My commentary is really gripping and full of nuance and educated thoughts and opinions. Alright. Thought I got that one first, but whatever. Oh, please don't kill my tower, bro. It's gonna kill my whole fucking vibe if he does that. What if I just went and fought him right now?
I see Abram. Who doesn't want to get fight? No one's We're winning this.
That motherfucker! Uh-oh. Got it. Oh, I read him like a fucking book. I knew he was gonna go right there, dude. I knew he was gonna go right there. What a kill. I'm different, bro. That's the face of deadlock. You fucked up challenging me, bro. Say hi to YouTube, motherfucker. I hope ABC News was watching. Me too, bro. I hope David Muir saw that.
Should do a little shopping.
Dude, Fortnite fight about David Muir, it goes so hard. There's no way to do it, though. He's so busy and, like, doing journalist stuff. It's a shame he was paid off by the Democrats to be mean to Trump, though, and fact-check him. That definitely hurts his reputation.
Our purple guardian has been destroyed.
You call me a Destiny fan? That's actually offensive? Okay, well, to be fair, you're an LSF user actively. So, There was reason to have suspicion. Oh, that's bad for me. Wait, did my ult not go off? Shit, it didn't. Yeah, I probably should have just gotten out of there, but it is. Need Tesla bullets. When will you host a deadlock tournament like the Overwatch one? Not anytime soon, bro. That was a lot of work for the Overwatch one. And you guys, quite frankly, you guys probably suck ass at the game compared to me. Let's be real. I mean, you did it Overwatch too, but let's be real. You guys aren't putting out gameplay on this anywhere near this level. Overwatch 2. There's something there. Find it. It's just nice to have a game like Deadlock now to play, because like sometimes I'd be scared when I was streaming Overwatch. Like it wasn't outside the realm of possibility for someone to just like shoot me. Like like that could have like someone could have like been mad at me and just shot me for streaming Overwatch. Kind of like what happened with Donkey Kong.
If we're coordinated, this will be devastating.
I don't know, why do you have so many shooters? People get afraid when you start saying the right things, bro. Not a world made for just and righteous people. Wait, I'm top 16% of Deadlock? Is that real and accurate and true? Man, if I had bullet lifesteal, bro, you're dead there, bro. I'm gonna get it now. I'm buying it too. You fucked up, dude. I don't even want the Tesla bullets. I don't even fucking want them. That death sent you down the top 20%. Use your E, bro. Bro, I used my E. Hello? Blind? Oh, wait. My E is my card. Never mind. You're right. I should have used my E. Actually, a good point. What? What? Wait, this is actually bullshit. Where the hell is my team? That stun was awesome. Canceled my TP. And it, canceled everything, actually. Are you losing as Wraith? Bro, I'm playing against the best character in the game. Hello? I'm literally playing against 7. Where's Jerma? Jerma's not here. Jerma doesn't play this. Jerma on Fortnite Friday win? Jerma would be probably one of the only streamers I would actually consider for Fortnite Friday. For the most part, streamers are not invited to the show. Someone link the Kira won't miss it. Gotta figure it. We gotta do something about that for sure. 7 was here. Where'd he go?
I'm all alone out here.
Fuck. I don't like it. That was an awful ult. I should have ulted this motherfucker. I'm dead. Wait, am I running it? I'm 1-4, bro. All right, well, at least this guy's 0-6. No, it's not my fault. This guy's 0-6, bro. Deadlock Tua. That one's pretty good. I'm having an awful game. He's Dynamo, bro. Playing damage build Dynamo. The only person allowed to do that is Alex Smokes Mid. That's the only person I will ever allow in my game to use damage Dynamo. And myself.
Gotta keep my eye out for the enemy.
Don't change. You really just changed the title without my fucking permission. I'm going to hit you.
Protect me at all costs. You need to stop Vendetta.
We'll burn them down.
They delivered the urn. Don't give a fuck. Don't even care.
The enemy could be here any second. Find them.
We only have one shrine left.
Bro, they're already taking our fucking shrines? Yeah, y'all have fun. I'm gonna do my own thing over here.
There's nowhere to hide.
Be relentless.
I bought the U2's plushie on eBay. I met with like a new management today. I might actually be getting deals and like merchandise soon. So I'll have people to do that for me so I can just ignore everything and live my life, you know? Release merch again? That'd be the idea, ideally. Connor, are you moderating the Waltz versus Vance debate? I heard you were. I don't know where you heard that from, bro, but currently I have not been invited to attend that debate. You know, hopefully that changes. I know the fans really like to see it, myself included. But currently I'm not invited to the vice presidential debate, no. Are you legally allowed to make Fortnite Friday merch, or is that trademarked by something else? Fortnite Friday merch could be cool. I need it to be, like, subtle, though. Like, I don't want it to look like you're... Like, if you're wearing that shirt, that it's like you watch, like, a show about Fortnite. I need to be subtle about it. Antifa gaming merch has always been a dream, but not many companies at the time were willing to do that.
I love this trick. Gotta keep my eye out for the enemy.
We must stop under attack.
Taylor Swift just endorsed Kamala Harris? Is that fake? Why would you lie about that in the chat, bro? Not cool, man. You know how important this is to me that Taylor is based? Wait, she did? It's real? Check her Instagram? Holy shit. This is huge. Like many of you, I watched the debate tonight. If you haven't already, now is a great time to do research and issues at hand and stance that these candidates take on the topics that matter to you most. I like how she waited for the debate.
You knew what was going on the moment you picked a fight.
Let's see. Like, she wasn't convinced until she saw that. And she's like, all right. Yeah, maybe that Trump guy actually beat the allegations. Ow, I just died in my spawn. Wasn't she caught hanging out with a Trumpy a few days ago? Yeah, but like, okay, listen, and this is gonna... Some of y'all are just gonna disagree with me, and that's okay. But like, you can have friends that are fucking stupid. Yeah, like, you're allowed to have friends around you in your life that are just fucking goddamn idiots. And like, you have to just live with it. Like, it is what it is, bro. All right, like, is it a bad look for her? Absolutely, and she probably should have been more mindful of that and endorsed prior. But also, sometimes you just, there's stupid people around you, bro. What are you gonna do? Cares? I don't really give a fuck. Dude, I just love all the joke tweets about Patrick Mahomes and his wife. That's just so funny to me. Like, what's that tweet that's like, I know Patrick Mahomes sit in the car for 20 minutes before he walks in the door. It's like, that's a banger, dude. When he comes home from work, I know he's on his phone in the car. There were some good ones, bro. I have Trumpy friends, and they're at big engineering schools doing physics, and I don't think I can be that smart and a Trump fan. I mean, being like smart isn't exactly like correlated entirely to like political awareness or social science or anything like that.
Despite your exterior, you know in
And you don't have to take like history or like political science classes in college. Because if you do, you get indoctrinated by the left and Antifa. That's how they get you, is by educating you on... That's always been funny to me, is like the conservative like narrative of like they're making our kids into communists on college campuses. They're being educated by the best educators in the world and becoming liberals. Nigga. Oh God. Kamala unironically wins off this endorsement. It's a big one, bro. Certainly a big one. Am I like being like a little like what's the word? No, I guess it's fine. I feel like she could have announced it on a better day so that it got like more media coverage and like being like in the muddiness of like the debate where everybody's talking about the debate too. Like it almost feels like a tactical move to like mitigate like the fallout from her Trumper fans to like hide it here. There's other things to talk about, but you know, whatever. I don't want to move the goalpost. It is what it is. Yeah, the fake AI shit was crazy. It's crazy how like obsessed with like like there's so many reasons to know you're on the right side of history by like not fucking with Trump. Like all these conservatives like love like AI generated like memes and shit. Like, is that really the side you want to be on, bro? Like, you have fun. Like, that's the Aiden Ross side, man. He went on Aiden Ross's street. Like, what more do you need to show yourself that, like, maybe you're on the wrong side, man? What more needs to be shown to you? What is, like, missing? Who is the liberal version of Aiden Ross? Jason the Ween. I've not seen a conservative post on a non-AI generated image in months. Yeah, no, they've just like become obsessed with AI for some fucking reason. Who's got a better lineup, bro? Aiden Ross or I Show Speed? Be for real with me, bro. Kai Cenat or Aiden Ross, bro? I know Speed wins, but... Kai. Agent or Aiden, bro? Aiden is so funny. No, he actually is low-key kind of funny. He does get mogged by Senna. Shout out to Senna, former Mario 64 streamer, friend of the stream, used to host me. But he's kind of funny. Sometimes I like watch their streams, like imagine what it'd be like if I was in like a healthy platonic relationship. And then I ship them online. Who else? Who can relate? Woo! You see Kai was farming the parasocial kids? Yeah.
You want to buy a mug to go with your gun?
Yeah. I used to watch Agent when I was a kid for his NBA 2K content. Used to. Why'd you stop, bro? You fucking loser? You don't fuck with Agent no more, bro? Alright, whatever.
We'll burn him down quickly.
Good to know. Anyway, we had so many geeks in the chat, dude. Senna's done a very good job handling like all the news success though. Anytime I see her talking about that shit on her stream, she's very well spoken on like how women are treated in the space. Senna's one of the good ones, guys. I'll never forget that tweet from like the Agent community page on like Twitter. It's like Senna's like one of the good whores. It's like, what the fuck? It had like 2K likes too. They were like, yeah, I agree. It's crazy how like actually like misogynistic like this younger generation of like viewers are. Like I think a lot of it's because of Andrew Tate, literally, but like it really is crazy. Elon is a deadly combo. Elon's so fucking cool, bro.
I can afford something.
You wish you had his money, bro. You're just hating because you're not him, bro. Literally got called a slur on the Stable Ronaldo stream yesterday. You did? Which one? Have you seen the teachers saying how the boys are calling the little girls like whores? I've heard that like, yeah, from like some teachers that like been bad classes lately. I still can't believe that Trump managed to win a debate against 3 women. Wait, I don't know. Are you calling David Muir a woman?
There's no
That's like the most masculine guy we have, bro. That's like, that's actually David Muir might be peak masculinity, like ideal masculinity for Americans to like look up to. It's like one of our best guys, bro. He's on the ABC News. I've been on my own, I've been taking my time. I feel like I'm out of my mind. I feel like my life ain't mine. I don't wanna be alone. That's Trump tonight, bro. How is this game for someone that doesn't like MOBAs? I think you can still like it. Just have to give it a chance and get into it. I get not liking MOBAs though. I didn't for a while either until I finally like sat down and figured it out.
Time to be loose.
I have ult now. I can kill this motherfucker if I wanted to. But I don't even want to, bro. I like playing with my food. Is it difficult? Oh yeah, I mean, it'll take a couple games to figure it out. But I don't think this game's like that hard to digest.
There's nowhere to hide.
What are your thoughts on Viscous? I haven't played him. You know who plays him is Charlie Slimesicle. That guy fucking loves Viscous. He don't shut up about him.
I got enough bullets for everyone.
Slimesicle on Deadlock. He's been gaming. He gamed a bit. Why didn't Kamala say Hawk Tua? It didn't pull well. Blue states, bro.
You have a good eye.
The woke mob didn't like it. Con, I love your stream, but I gotta watch the conservatives freak out a little bit. Alright, bro. That's what it is. Enjoy. The Tinner link in the chat. Awesome, man. Thanks for sharing that post, bro. W share, man. Mods are fighting? Uh-oh. Whatever, bro. I don't even care. Let the cops fight. You know who wins in that situation? The fucking people. How's YouTube chat doing? Sorry I haven't looked at you too much tonight. I was worried it'd be like a right-wing like fest with YouTube chat sometimes, but it seemed like it was good this evening. Seemed like it was good. Love the stream, Mr. Pants. Thank you, bro. Where's my ult? Did I cancel his ult? I think I did, didn't I? There we go. That was a bad play. I totally should have killed him earlier, but we'll take it. He could have easily killed me there. Hey, Connor, I heard this is the official post-debate deadlock game hosted by the White House. It is, bro. This is brought to you by the Kamala Harris campaign. It's her turn. We get some hearts in the chat.
I'm all alone.
No, I mean this like not as a joke and like in a scared way, but it was gonna sound like a joke. Like if she can't win the election after that, a woman cannot be president. like misogyny, unfortunately, will never end. Like there's just like it will never end. Like this is our chance to prove that we can end misogyny or get past it. There's like it's just crazy.
Stay strong, buddy.
Especially after the Taylor ult. Dude, Taylor ulted too early, the more I think about it, but we'll take it. I just love the idea that, like, she was waiting to endorse till she listened to the debate. She was an undecided voter. Like, okay. All right. Cool, I guess. This is the perfect hire? I definitely disagree. Like, it would have definitely made more news if, like, she had done it, like, not on a debate day, but especially, like, in the minutes after, but we'll take it. She just went in with an open mind. What's wrong with that? True. Good point. I didn't think about it like that.
I won't be captured.
She's the Ken Bone of our time. I wonder who Ken Bone's voting for. What's he up to these days? Maybe get him on Fortnite Friday. I'm still riding in Joe Biden on election day. Biden or bust.
At the shop I can use.
They took his office, bro. Connor, I told my crush I was watching you and I think he's looking you up now. Act normal. She eats bugs, bro. I swear to God, we all heard her say it.
We live in interesting times, don't we?
For him. For them. For they. Ken Bone has condemned the genocide that the U.S. is supporting. Shout out to Ken Bone. It's just that's just so. I don't even get me started on it. Like it's so frustrating, bro. Like we're gonna look back at like even these debates in like 10 years and just be like, wow, we really were just like letting all this shit slide. Like as like we were all just like allowing all this shit that just happened in Gaza. It's fucking crazy. He misses Biden. He does. I mean, what am I supposed to? I mean, it is like I don't know. Feels like we. I've been on my own. I've been taking my time. I feel like I'm out of my mind. This should be crazy in the future because we'll have video. True. The fact that like my grandkids could be able to see like me play Deadlock on a Tuesday on election night and like 80 years is crazy.
Dealing. You're mine.
Oh. Enjoy living, bro. Did the Ivy just airdrop an ulting haze on me? Is that what just happened? Yo, you want an autograph, bro? Jesus. An actress who also... I don't know who that is. Boone Hogwa. I don't know who that is, bro. I've been taking... Need to get a win here so I can end stream. Go hang out with my girlfriend. You guys don't know her.
The Yellow Guardian has been destroyed. They cower before us. The urn is ours.
When is the Wine About episode gonna come out? I have no idea. When do they usually release? You might know how long they release after they record.
Has been defeated.
Did you watch the premiere of Talk to It yet? No, but I saw a clip from it that was actually kind of funny. I think she has sauce. Like, I think Haley Welch has sauce to be like an actual, like, entertaining influencer. I don't know if her management will get her there, though. They keep making her like a crypto face. I think that's cringe. Because if her audience is cringe, then she's forever going to be cringe. And you don't want to forever be cringe. What just happened? How did I not TP? It's possible the feds get mad at her because of that? You think so, Tommy? Interesting take. You might be right. But I didn't get Tesla bullets yet, did I? Shit.
We live in interesting times, don't we?
You do live in interesting times, shop guy. So true. Wasn't this supposed to be Astrobot or did Connor lie again? Yes, this was supposed to be Astrobot, but I had to do girl podcast. Tomorrow is Astrobot. Pinky swear. I just got to set up the PlayStation. Squirrel with gun win. Oh my god, I forgot about that. I do need to play that too.
I see the enemy.
You cannot break that promise, otherwise you will have to chop off your pinky. That's a wild deal. But one all will take. Fair enough. You cannot break that. Yeah, I just read that. Psychonauts win. I never played Psychonauts, funny enough. Down to try it though at some point. Play Worms when it comes out on Switch. Isn't it a remake of Armageddon or something? Among. Oh, what the fuck? What the hell are you doing here, brother? You can do that? He just canceled my ultimate. He just cancel cultured my ultimate. Alright, well, I killed him.
They're down.
Psychonauts would be a +2 farm. It's so good. Like for me making jokes or the game making jokes? You can't let the game be funnier than me. Now I don't want to play it.
I see haze.
Now I'm not interested, bro. Are you a Michael Penis truther? Bro, what else can I be, bro? You can't be a Kirk Cousins fan. Like, are you stupid? Bro sucks. The thing is, I been knew that he sucks before we even signed him. I was like, why? I was day one, like, why did we do that?
But it'll be enough.
Sorry if, like, Kirk Cousins is a listener to the stream and feels slighted by my comments lately, but bro, you can't throw interceptions like that. He's just such a, like, boring quarterback just to have. Like, he's just a boring guy. Signing him was kind of okay if he didn't draft another QB. Well, we should have just drafted the QB. We shouldn't have even signed him. We should have never gotten rid of Matt Ryan at all. Is that why you've been harassing him on Twitter? No. I harass him on Twitter because I like making myself laugh. You can't generate a smile on your own face. You can't put one on another, bro. Whoa! Banana with 10! What the fuck? Where'd that come from, bro? I like the new banana, bro. Bro's gifting subs. Take it.
The spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
Banana gifting subs. Oh, he's really drunk. Is he drunk? Alright. It happens. I spent the whole paycheck on Con. That's not the whole paycheck, man. Be nice. Be nice. Is Maya on the line about it with you? Yeah, it's just me and Maya. Beauty Cinderella said she doesn't like either of us anymore and refused to be on the pod. It is what it is.
I'm all alone out here.
No white boy does it quite like Connor Eats Pants. Plenty have said this. Plenty.
Our orange guardian has been destroyed.
When you said you're going to a girl podcast, I thought you meant Red Scare. Isn't that the one we talked about last week that has like the girl that's like an Alex Jones fan now or some shit? That's awesome. Yeah, I'd love to go on. You consider playing QB for Falcons? No, I haven't. I can't. Well, no, I could actually throw the ball pretty good when I was younger, but I don't think I could now, bro. I'm washed. My girlfriend thinks you're funny. She's single? Sorry, bro. I was just joking. Classic joke there. That's a classic.
That comes in many forms.
What if we took the mid boss like a boss? I don't know who I just stunned, but I stunned someone. Someone's still here? Like, what are we doing? Connor, literally the funniest guy on the platform. Every streamer I watch in their chat says you're perfect. Aw, thanks. It's really sweet to say.
This is my place.
Come up here, bro. I dare you. Just a nice message, man. I appreciate that. Always tell me when other people say they like me and think I'm really cool. That always flatters me and makes my day when people are nice. Too many people online saying Connor's underrated, yet they don't watch the streams. Bro, I'm a working class streamer, bro.
That comes in many forms.
Like, that means that, like, the viewers are working most of the time in the coal mines. They don't get to watch. Would you make a YouTube video about Deadlock? Yeah, I think I have one coming up. I have, like, 3 videos I just haven't uploaded because I've been lazy. Weird about, like, thumbnails. Should I get alcohol poisoning this weekend? Probably not. I wouldn't recommend. You say you were looking for a thumbnail guy ages ago? Yeah, I have one Kryptonic. He does a good job, but like I'm still finicky about shit. I feel like I have to do it myself almost. I like streamers, but yours the only stream I actually watch live. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Get that man his keys. Yup. Wasted my ult. So he gets my ult just on a Q ability, which is awesome.
I'll isolate them.
Well, it's my ultimate. He just gets to press Q and do it.
There's nowhere to hide.
You're the only streamer I'm actively subbed to. That's awesome. I love to hear that. Can we get some subs in the chat for that? But I'm on. I've been taking my time. You guys have worried about making everything perfect. It is with imperfection you end up infusing the nature of humanity. Someone smart said this. That's fair. Selena Gomez also said that.
Gotta keep my eye out for the enemy.
Technically, it's better because his can stun 6 people. Yo, Eddie is my son. Thanks for getting 5. I hope your son Eddie enjoys the stream, bro. I hope he enjoys. Shout out to Eddie. Ow. Oh, shit! I'm out. That's awesome that I can just get out of that.
Has been defeated.
Eddie from Kick? W. We love Eddie from Kick, dude. We love Kick. Kick.com. Playing against Haze bums is so fun as Ivy. Just press 3 and their ult is denied. Bro, people realize once you realize you can just buy bullet armor, Haze is a completely different character to play. Because all it takes is one guy just pressing a button and then your ult just does nothing. Or not bullet armor, metal skin or whatever it's called. Just makes you immune to bullets for like a whole chunk of time. Let's go gank these guys.
Gotta move.
Sorry, brother.
They chose the hard way.
Problem is, Haze gets fed and can farm an endgame build super early and then you're fucked. True. Just don't lose, forehead. Just don't fall behind. Wait, don't we get a patch? Oh no, it's Thursday that we get patches. Oh my god, they're flying the Haze ult around.
Stay where you are.
Got her. Go, motherfucker. There you are. Hold on, there you are. Big! Ooh, I'm getting a ton of kills. Wait, I'm farming.
Just getting warmed up.
I'm hitting clips! I'm back here, old man. They need to change Grey Talon's design, bro. He looks like the character from fucking Coco. The old grandpa. Why don't you like grandpas? I do like grandpas. I just don't think they should be the archer. Grey Talon's left over? Yeah, I think so. That's what I heard too. So is Yamato. They're making Yamato into like a hot ninja Asian girl. Like Kiriko. They know what they're doing. They need to make money somehow. Money is the root of all evil, bro. Read the Bible.
They will be crushed by the Amber Hand.
Low-key, if there's one thing to take from the Bible, that actually might be it. Like, Jesus was genuinely spitting with that. Like, I think that actually... Like, you just look at, like, Elon Musk, bro. There we go. Go team. But he made the best platform. True. He does like freedom of speech. Very brave of him. What has Elon tweeted about the debate? Something about Vindicta's design. I don't think she needs shoes, no matter how distracting it is. I would like her to have shoes on personally, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. He's probably doing Olympic level tricks on it for Trump.
I see someone.
Trump is supporting your guys, bro. You can't even support your boys anymore without people calling it doing tricks on it. Like, Jesus.
I got more where that came from.
You know what's crazy? I thought about this past weekend. People gave... I was always a don't look up defender. That at the very least, it wasn't that bad. And at best, I thought it was actually really good. And people were like, oh, no, it's too political. It's too like on the nose. Like, it's not subtle. Which, again, was the point. But literally, as time passes, like, Don't Look Up is becoming more and more accurate. Like, quite literally, a plot point of that movie is that, like, the billionaire Elon Musk parody becomes so powerful that, like, he influences the president to, like, have his plan be the plan to, like, save the world from an asteroid. And literally, Trump now wants to give Elon, like, executive power. Like, people need to give that movie more credit, bro. And Timothy Chalamet is there too. And Timothy Chalamet is there too. True. Ow, it's shooting me. Why is it shooting me? I got both shrines. I don't gaff, bro. I can do it all. Don't Look Up nearly caused my divorce. Really? Can you elaborate?
Keep my eye out for the enemy.
How did that almost lead to a divorce? He wants to be Secretary of the Department of Government Efficiency. Doge. That's so funny, bro. Dogecoin, get it? What even... I would really appreciate, like, some YouTube commentator to, like, go into a deeper dive in, like, the modern cryptocurrency and, like, NFT, like, pipeline. Because, like, it's all shifted now, and I do not understand any of it. Like, it seems that, like, the meta now is, like, making a coin just based off, like, a popular thing or, like, phrase. Or, like, celebrity, whether they consent or not, and then trying to sell it as a coin. So, like, people get really hyped when, like, Elon talks about Doge because then their crypto goes up. And, like, Lil Pump is like, oh, like, buy Lil Pump coin. Very strange, dude. That's how it's always been. No, I mean, there was, like just different kinds of cryptocurrency, but they weren't, like, tied to, like, a meme or, like, a brand. Why am I doing no damage to him? What the fuck? Is that just out of range? Save the kids coin. I invested. You suck, LOL. Super Tommy, show love, bro. Come on, man. Whoa. Uh-oh. That's bad. Oh, you missed your melee, bro? That's embarrassing, dude. Say hi to YouTube, man. That's fucking embarrassing. You missed your fucking melee. Hey, Connor, you were awesome at the game Deadlock. Thank you, paid chatter. Thank you, bro. Remember when there was a Rurouni Kenshin crypto thing? What the hell is Rurouni Kenshin? Is that anime? You know I don't know what the fuck that is. You know I don't know what that is, bro. Anyone done Coney coin yet? Like Coney 2012? He should do his own coin. Hey, Con, it's been 2 months now. I haven't gotten my check in the mail for chatting. Ask my mom, bro. That's not my job. It's just not my responsibility, man.
The enemy could be here.
Can you get JonTron on Fortnite Friday? It'd be kind of funny, but I feel like people would like want me to like press some on like his comments from a while ago, and I just feel like that'd be kind of awkward. It's like it seems like lately he's like been better, but not that like it excuses him from what he'd said before, but is what it is. Connor, I could get JonTron on Fortnite Friday, you think? I guess everyone went to the concert, no? I'm just gonna solo the fucking patron because this team doesn't give a fuck, I guess. And I'm just gonna end the game. Ooh. Ooh. I'm disarmed. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Where's debuff remover? Where is it? Can't even afford it? Ugh. I don't have slots for it either. Shit. Bro, put your arms back on. Shut up, dude. Shut up. 7 off? Oh my god, you're right. I literally am 7 off. Actually, I could do this. Watch this 5-head play here. Boom. Mad embarrassing. No crypto. It is a little embarrassing. Connor, do you see people's flashy names? Or you still have them disabled? I have them disabled, thankfully. I think you could get Chris Seaver on Fortnite Friday. I think he's been on content creators. I don't know who that is, bro. Conker's creator, the creator of Conker. Like, I'm down with that, but I need to wait until Fortnite Friday dies down a bit. Like, I need to follow up Joe Exotic with another good one. And then people will take me seriously. And then I can start doing, like, some people you may not know. Concord? No, Conquer. Like the funny squirrel that is vile. It says inappropriate jokes. Stuff you just can't get away with these days. Thanks for the sub. Bagooty. Thanks, bro. Easy.
Hope they got the message.
Talk to It's all. There's no more to the joke. What if I just ended the game though? What if I just fucking ended it? Easy.
No one is stopping me from finishing the ritual.
Damn, I carried, bro. All right, actually, the fucking pig did, or Mo and Krill. He was 19-0 actually. It was crazy. But I was the second carry. I had 44k souls, so great game. All right, W stream, bro. I told you I'd get a win and then I'd leave. I'm happy with that. All right, should be Astrobot tomorrow. What do I have tomorrow? I got a couple things I have to do, but perhaps I'd be live a little bit earlier than I've been lately. Maybe like 3 my time I'll try. Raid? Sure, bro. Oh my god, we dropped all these 600. Holy shit, we really did lose everybody. YouTube? Let's give YouTube some credit, bro. YouTube had significantly less fall off. Still maintained 360. So thanks, YouTube. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for sticking around. 700 is good for Deadlock, bro. It is. No, I'm not complaining. Not complaining. Born and raised in South Detroit. Dog VA playing Borderlands 2 with Iron Mouse. Bro, I love Dog VA and Borderlands 2. I love that. I got Cutie Cinderella reacting to clips.
13 and 4, 9 and 0, 23 and.
I read Cutie Cinderella because she's a good friend. I'd never say it to her face. Smell a wine and cheap perfume. Bye, guys. Have a great evening. See you later, alligator. Oh, yeah. It's all love, fellas.